Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, I hope. Sam Beard, bad news, Bubba. Happy Monday morning to you. Not a good start to the week, Sam, when somebody has the old cough button pushed in right off the top. But I digress, and we progress through these intros. We've heard from Cody. Is there a text there from him? Are we sure he's okay?
I hope so.
Are we sure?
Be right there.
Okay. He'll be right there. We'll check in with him when he's here. Sam Beer, what's up, dog?
What's up, dog? A little tired this morning, but feeling pretty solid. Was back down in Nashville this weekend for my stepsister's wedding. Nice weekend there. Fun time seeing the family, getting a new part of the family in there. This was kind of some of the first time like meeting my, I guess now brother-in-law's side of the family, and they're like a big musical family. Part of their family was in like Counting Crows, and like on the night of like the little welcome party, like their whole family went up and played like a band, and like they were playing a set as a band for like an hour and a half. It was pretty cool. So got to do that, and then just hightailed it back here yesterday. Watched a movie last night. We're here this morning.
So your stepsister married some of those spiritual type of musicians, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats to her.
You were also at a wedding, right? Just a big wedding weekend for TalkSports?
I was also at a wedding this weekend in Virginia, Richmond.
How was that drive?
That was fun. I didn't have to do it. It's one of the few times really in the last like 15 years of my life that I've gone somewhere and not driven. It's kind of nice. Sit in the back seat.
Passenger princess.
Sit in the back seat and laugh at a couple jokes every now and then, and just hope your phone didn't go dead. That was pretty much it. Don't fall asleep. In case everybody else falls asleep, you want to at least, you want to at least want to have somebody there awake to talk back to the driver. So that was kind of my role. But, it was a fun weekend. Love was in the air. What movie did you watch?
No Way Out.
No Way Out. That sounds familiar, but I could be confusing it with the old.
It's like Gene Hackman, Kevin Costner.
Okay, so no, that's not. I was just confusing it with
not Triple H or
yeah,
anybody of that nature.
Yeah, I was expecting just an old wrestling pay-per-view. Gene Hackman and Kevin Costner. Okay, I haven't seen it.
It was actually a pretty solid movie. Wild twist at the end. Was not expecting it.
Roger Ebert gives it a 4 out of 4, or gave it a 4 out of 4 back in the day. So
I don't know who that is, but is that like an acclaimed critic?
Yeah. Back in my day, he was Rotten Tomatoes.
Ah, okay.
Did it make you understand Bob a little bit more? That's his favorite actor.
Yeah, I did think about Bob because I remember like when Gene Hackman died, our show that day was pretty somber, and I do feel like I remember him saying that movie. So I was thinking about that kind of at the start.
Okay. But yeah, no, Siskel and Ebert give it 2 thumbs up. Was about as good of a review as you could have back in the day. Before Rotten Tomatoes. What's up, Cody?
Morning.
Hey, man.
Morning, fellas. Sorry about that. I was at a wedding. Running late. Big weekend.
What are the chances we sit here wearing the same damn shirt?
How about that?
Same damn hoodie.
Well, I'll be taking mine off soon because it'll be
doing little shirts and skins.
No skins, but I got to put a hoodie on like first thing when I wake up. I'm freezing when I wake up, but then as we get going here and all this hot air gets in the room, within about 30 minutes to an hour, I'm ready to peel it off. So I'll be warmed up soon enough.
Well, take it off, big boy.
Not yet. I'm still a little cool right now.
Take it off.
A little chilly. Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Good morning, freaks. Hey, hey, what's up? so you guys had good weekends. Both of you went to weddings, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went all the way to Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond.
Yeah.
Did you see the racetrack?
No.
Did you listen to Travis Tritt?
No.
It's a long way to Richmond.
Oliver Anthony.
No. No.
You know that song, don't you? You didn't listen to that?
What song are you talking about?
What's the name of it?
It's got to even know the damn name of the
It's
song.
a long way to Richmond.
That's pitiful.
I mean, I can hear it in my head. Is
Well,
it Bonnie and Clyde?
Modern day.
Yeah. You didn't listen to that?
I wasn't in control. I wasn't in control of the aux, and I don't do cliche stuff like that.
I have to.
Yeah, no,
if I was headed to Richmond, I got to listen
No.
to the Richmond song.
No thanks.
Did you see Joey Diaz?
I did.
Nice.
I did. Yeah. I decided last minute to go. I really didn't think I was going to. And then I was just like, I got to do it. I got to go see my boy Joey. If he's this close to me, I got to go. But I was just, I decided to just work around it, because I can always do the Uber in Nashville. So, yeah, I went to the Ryman Saturday night. Such a beautiful place, isn't it? I mean, just gorgeous venue. So much history. It was a great show.
Bubba, what's up with you?
Not a whole lot to report here.
That's good.
Got to have a little family fish fry over the weekend. I was nice to catch up with some cousins and whatnot. So
Okay.
You fried some fish?
he did, yeah.
Catfish?
Nope.
What kind of fish?
Walleye.
Walleye. Catching walleye from the dock. Watching the waves. Did you listen to Kid Rocks all summer long?
Did not.
Walleye. Where do you get? Was it fresh? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you catch it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Legally.
Yeah. As one.
I don't
would.
know if they're one of the endangered species or not here in the state of Tennessee. So if any wildlife, resource officers are out there, everything's in good standings here.
I think you can catch walleye. I assume. I mean, I think it's legal. Is it illegal to fish for any fish?
For some, yeah. I mean, they're endangered species. So if you catch them either over a certain length or, weight, you got to throw them back.
Mm. It'd be a tough.
Or
deal.
under a certain weight or length as well.
It'd be a tough deal as a fish, wouldn't it? Get caught, and then you're out there just.
I feel like you get thrown back most of the time, though.
Yeah, but you're out there wiggling around. You got a hole in your mouth, just and you're hoping he throws you back. But it's got to be pretty traumatic, right? For a little while. I mean, you just think you got a nice little snack, and suddenly you feel yourself.
Not a thought between those eyes, man.
You're getting pulled up. Then you get out there and you're just wiggling around.
They're constantly wiggling.
Yeah. Oh, they're trying to breathe.
I'm here to help them.
Oh, my lip. My lip's bleeding. Yeah. So
You would have a hard time trusting.
yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking about, humans, we have PTSD.
You'd probably never eat again. Like you see a worm coming through. Nah, I'm not grabbing it this time.
Yeah.
You
You
just
end up
starve.
becoming an anorexic fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or you're just dumb enough to do it again and like, damn it, I found myself in this situation
Oh, they
again.
got me again.
And this time they weren't nice enough to let me go. This time, I'm grilling.
You can't even take a drink of water because the water goes through your lip because you got a big hole in your lip.
The worst would be to be a fish caught by a kid. And they just get you up on the dock and you're just flopping around the dock and no one will take you off and they can't get you back off.
Getting
so you're just sitting there.
abused.
Yeah.
The kid's poking you with a stick.
Yeah.
Like
You're just baking in the sun,
The
flopping
dad
around.
tells you to hey, throw them back in the water, and then you just get thrown onto the rocks before you get to the
Yeah.
water.
I did that a couple times. Just drop it a little too short. They're stuck. Yeah.
Oh, my head.
Yeah.
Do fish drink water?
I mean, the water is like that's like oxygen for us. It just like is the filtration system through their gills.
Does the water just flows through the fish at all times? Is that what happens, or does the fish sometimes keep its mouth closed?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's constantly got his mouth open.
I don't know, man. I didn't learn these things. So everybody's doing good.
Everybody's good.
Yeah.
Love that.
Good to hear.
All right.
Yep.
Nothing else to report.
What else going on? Nothing else is happening?
Big week. Big sports week coming up. Playoffs roll on, but we got the draft.
Yeah.
Got the draft on Thursday. We're starting to get some big-time leaks. First thing I look at this morning, I roll out of bed. I get up, I go brush my teeth, I pull up my phone, make sure I don't miss anything. That's what I got to do. That's my routine. I got to make sure nothing big happened overnight. Nobody died. Nobody burned like anything down. Everything's good to go. And then I'm like, boom, Adam Schefter. The Cardinals want Jeremiah Love. I'm like, what the hell? They picked number 3. And I was like, that would be a pretty funny end to this whole Titans offseason, is if we have spent so much time arguing about whether or not we should draft a running back at number 4 and Jeremiah Love, to just not even get the option and have somebody else take him at number 3 would be kind of funny. Especially if it's a team that doesn't have a damn quarterback. But either way, I'm ready for the draft to come here on Thursday so that we can move on and talk about something else.
We having a draft party?
Yeah.
Everybody fired up for the draft party?
Yeah. I'm pumped up.
We used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. That was always fun.
I don't really feel like the draft is a made-for-TV event.
It is when you're drinking draft beers and eating wings.
Well, that is true. But a lot sitting around. We tried a draft party here one time, and our dear friend Brett, who you can hear on the playbook at 1 p.m., he just kept getting on his phone and spoiling every pick. And everyone was getting so mad at him. He would just get on his phone and tell us every pick that was going to happen before. And everyone was like, stop it. He's like, I can't. I have to know. And I was like, well, you can look at it, just keep it to yourself. I can't. I want to talk about it.
Few things drive me crazier.
It got really hot in here. It got really contested because people were tired of it.
Few things make me more angry than when you're at a trivia event, you're playing trivia with a group of people.
Yeah.
I want to wait until they tell me the answer. I want to be surprised by it. And we decide what we're going with. It's like, okay, yeah, we're going with this. Good. Yeah. Turn the paper in. And then somebody at the table says, we didn't get it. I'm like, wait on the guy. Wait on the guy to tell us. I don't want to know if we got it or if we didn't get it. To me, that's the allure of the surprise.
Nah, it doesn't really bother me. I kind of side with the people that want to know.
Well,
not saying it's right or wrong, but I do side with that person.
Annoys me.
Yeah, but I know we can't have draft parties here because Brett, he spoiled it all.
What if you just exclude him?
That's not nice. You can't have a party and not invite everybody.
Sometimes you got to peel the scab off.
No, that's even worse. That hurts people's feelings, Bubba. Sam, send us to break. We'll come back. We'll talk some sports, some Tennessee news to get to, both good and bad. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Cody, you want to start with the good news or the bad news?
I always choose the bad news first.
Why's that?
Well, so hopefully it ends on a positive note.
You eat your vegetables before you get to the meat.
I go back and forth on the plate.
Yeah.
I just pick my bites at random. I don't eat one group. I don't eat one thing first altogether. Some people do.
Yeah.
Some people, you got to meat in 3. Some people eat everything individually by itself. And I never understood that. I go back and forth. A little bite of corn, a little bit of mashed potatoes.
Okay.
A couple of carrots, bite of pork chop.
Sure.
You know.
I mix all mine up together. Bubba, Sam, you want the good news or the bad news first?
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
I mean, there is already some bad news.
Well, what bad news you got?
The Healy's creator passed away.
You were definitely a Healy's kid growing up, weren't you?
I was a wannabe Healy's kid. My
Oh.
parents wanted to buy me those, but I always wanted a pair.
Yeah.
That looks so cool. I was so jealous, man.
They were not cool.
No, they were cool.
They were not cool.
They were so cool.
They were interesting. And maybe there was a part of you that wanted to try them, but no, you didn't want to wear them all the time.
And not if you're 16 years old, John, but whenever you're, 8, 9, you're just like, wow, we're here in elementary school. Like, these are cool. Kids are doing it on, like, the basketball court, down the hallways, and they can't get mad at you just yet. Eventually they did, but it was a nice couple of weeks.
R.I.P. to that man, though.
Yeah.
An innovator. He's like, hey, what if we don't have to walk? What if we get to roll around every now and then too? Not quite useful enough to do like any cool tricks or like really save energy, but I get to look badass for like 10 seconds at a time. Walk, roll. Walk, roll.
Anyways, sorry to give me back.
No, R.I.P. to that, man. All right, well, Sam, give us your rundown. Bubba, give us your rundown. Cody, your thoughts on the baseball team, because I feel like that was some pretty bad news.
It was a rough weekend.
Everything we hoped with the turnaround against Mississippi State got thrown by the wayside pretty early on this weekend against Ole Miss as they you hit an early home run in game one. In the first inning, you hit a home run. Like, all right, here we go. The bats are still alive. And then they scored the next, I believe, 6 runs, and you're down 6-1. And you're like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that helped me on a parlay Friday. Baseball can really break your heart. It can really, really twist you around and stab you with a knife if you let it. I listened to most of the game Saturday, and that was tough, man. 0-0 for the majority of the game. I felt bad for those people sitting in the stands on Saturday.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me what happened there because I was at the wedding at that time. I checked. I remember I checked the score before it was like festivity time, and it was 0-0 after 6 innings, and that was literally the time I checked the score. And I was like, all right, well, you're still getting a good pitching performance by Tegan Coons. I imagine at some point we're going to go to Appenzeller and everything will be okay. It's just whether or not this team can score runs. And then I look back and it was then I saw a tweet, maybe one of the worst tweets since the football account tweeted out after we lost to Florida, I believe in 2000, that had been 2015 maybe. And we tweeted out the long snapper streak. Or was that 2011? I think it was maybe 2011 when we lost down there. Somewhere around there. Maybe somebody can find the year for me. And the football account tweeted out, after another 5 for 5 on long snaps, whoever's our long snapper is now, 230 straight snaps without a botch. And I was like, what the hell are we praising this for? Because, on Saturday, I checked again and saw the baseball account tweet out, nobody shuts us out, or there will be no shutout. And I'm like, all right, cool. 8-0. What the hell happened?
Well, people were upset about that tweet.
It's an awful tweet.
They hit the got a run, I guess, at the end of the game.
We had a solo home run.
Yeah, I quit listening to it.
Down 8-0.
I just assumed they were trying to be cute, just trying to be a little sarcastic.
Well, it ain't the time to be cute when you're getting beat 8-0 in a home game.
Ain't gonna be no shutout today.
Yeah, that ain't the time to be cute.
I kind of liked it, but I know people were mad. Well, I can tell you exactly what happened because I listened to most of the game while driving.
Okay.
And it was nothing for the majority of the game.
Yep.
And you're right, Tegan Coons was awesome. And then we brought in Appenzeller, and he was not awesome. He was not awesome at all. Suddenly it was 1-0, then it was 2-0, and we're still in it. We're right there in the mix. And then I believe in the 8th.
It was the 9th.
Was it the 9th?
The 9th they scored.
They hit a grand slam.
Runs. Okay.
There was a grand slam. We got in a big trouble, got in a big jam there in the 9th. And bases loaded, grand slam. I mean, what are you going to do with that?
Sam, who gave up the grand slam?
I'm not gonna lie, I was not watching a ton of this series.
Bubba, do you know who gave up the grand slam? I know Appenzeller.
It was Appenzeller.
I know he's getting credit for the runs.
I think he did give it up.
Okay,
Appenzeller or Frederick.
Okay, well, I know he's getting credit for the runs, but I didn't know if it was an inherited run situation. Although if he gave up all 6, then he would be the one that gave up the grand slam.
I remember at least just seeing Appenzeller on the highlight that they tweeted of the grand slam, but I didn't know the situation of how they got it.
Well, no, then that would have been him that gave it up.
We pulled him right after that.
Okay, so that caught us up on Saturday. So you lose the series. It's another home series loss. We haven't won very many series at home over the last year and a half. And then game 3, I do give the boys credit. Game 3, you did enough to maybe give people reason to be optimistic this upcoming week, to at least not completely check out. Getting swept after sweeping Mississippi State would have been a real kick in the you-know-what. I will say salvaging one. I feel like if I'd have asked everybody, last week, or I guess a week and a half, 2 weeks ago at this point, would you take 4-2 against the Mississippi schools? Everyone probably would have said yes to that.
Well, I'd rather have 4-2 with both series wins.
Yeah, sure. And of course, the math changes whenever you go 3-0. At Mississippi State, you would have said 2-1 was the bare minimum that you could have expected against Ole Miss. I had started hoping that the team would really take off and maybe even a sweep. And next thing you knew, you're off and running. That of course, didn't happen.
Almost got swept.
You almost did get swept, just the wrong side of a sweep. But yeah, like 4-2 over the last 2 weeks, at least you salvaged a game on Sunday. And on Sunday, you got another. I was able to watch most of this. You were able to get another pretty good start by Blanco, as he, really kind of set the tone. You give up one run through the first 4 innings. Your offense finally explodes in the 3rd inning. You're up 7-1, and then you kind of coast a little bit. And then you get another explosion in the 8th inning, and Tennessee's able to score 13 runs. And kind of there was a streak out there that Tennessee hadn't scored like 8 runs in a home conference game in a long time. So at least you're able to kind of put that one to bed.
Hang the banner.
Get some runs. Hang the banner, as you said.
The offense is just so much worse at home than it is on the road this year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Some are saying it's because of the stadium.
Yeah, there's theories out there about the wind getting changed.
It was a windy day on Saturday. I know that.
There's been some people speculating that the new suites have adjusted the wind and the way it flies in Lindsey Nelson, and that basically balls are not flying the same way they used to.
That grand slam flew pretty good for Ole Miss.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a perfect scientific explanation or not yet, but just people have pointed to a couple balls that looked like they were crushed and ended up getting caught.
I've noticed that all year
Yeah.
watching on TV. I feel like I've seen balls off the bat where I'm like, that ball's gone, and then it's just pop fly and straight into the left fielder's hand, or I'm like, oh, that's an easy fly ball, and then it's just like 7 rows into the porches.
Was it Levi Clark who hit the ball against 2 series ago at home that you thought was a home run against LSU in extra innings?
Yeah.
That looked like it was going to be a walk-off in I believe the 11th or 10th inning.
Mm-hmm.
That's one that I thought was definitely out. And next thing you know, it got kind of caught up and it gets caught at the wall. But there is some speculation out there that maybe the renovations have altered how the wind whips through Lindsey Nelson. But like Cody said, it does seem like the other teams are still hitting some home runs against us.
I think it's more about us just struggling to hit.
Yeah, the guy from LSU that hit 4 home runs in the one game, he seemed like the wind wasn't bothering him.
Yeah.
So I think I side more towards you, Cody, of just we ain't got the pop off our bats that we have had in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Sam, correct me if I'm wrong. On the road, when the offense has played better, it hasn't necessarily been all home runs. It's been just some clutch two-out hitting.
I saw someone tweet after the Friday night game, I think, and it was like in 9 road SEC games we have 90 hits, and then in 8 SEC home games we have 50.
Yeah, so it's not even the home runs; it's just the approaches.
Yeah,
it's almost like the short porch and the home crowd is like a siren, tempting the players. Don't
just swing for the fences.
Yeah, don't have good at bats. Don't sit here and wait. Swing at any pitch. Swing high, swing low, but when you do swing to knock it out of the park. Don't choke up on the bat and slap it the other way. No. Swing for the fences.
I guess
this crowd here loves long balls. They love home runs. What were you going to say? Sorry.
I guess the good news is if you park your car out there along the street outside the stadium there, you don't have to worry about it getting hit.
It is a little safer.
As much as you used to.
Although I did see a viral picture a couple weeks ago of somebody getting hit, like a truck getting hit.
Yeah, it's probably the other team that hit it.
Yeah. Maybe it was practice or something.
Now you got Alabama coming in here this week, and that series is going to have some added juice after the Morgan Wallen concert down in Tuscaloosa. They are not happy with us right now. I don't know if you guys saw the chatter. The Alabama fans,
Alabama's not happy with us.
not happy with Tennessee after that. Yep.
No, I haven't seen the chatter. What happened?
Did you know Morgan Wallen played Bryant Denny?
Yeah,
over the
he walked
weekend?
out with Nick Saban.
Yeah. Well, apparently one of the songs he was singing, maybe he did the song TN. You know that song?
No.
Okay. Well, it's a song about Tennessee. And now he was respectful to him for the most part. He didn't do some of the real Tennessee fan songs, but he did do that one. And apparently the light, there were orange in the lights. The lights lit up orange.
Yeah, I did see that they gave them all wristbands,
and
they were all wearing colored wristbands, and that glue up orange.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that anybody's actually mad about it though.
They're quite divided online. The Alabama fans. There's a lot of chatter. A lot of them are not happy that they let a Vol in to play Bryant Denny Stadium.
I saw others laughing, saying that he helped their NIL fund by doing the concert because proceeds of the ticket sales went to fund Alabama athletics.
Some people are saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a divisive situation.
Alabama coming to town. It's a Thursday through Saturday series, and Alabama coming off of a series loss to Texas. Texas won the first two games of that series before Alabama, much like Tennessee against Ole Miss, able to salvage the Sunday game. So now Alabama comes in at 9-9 against Tennessee. Again, reminder, Cody, it's a Thursday through Saturday.
Well, if you're planning to go to the Friday game, at least we'll still have something to play for.
That is true. That was bless you, Bubba. That was just such a gut punch, just getting dominated the first two games. You know, we talked about it against Mississippi State, but like winning game one just makes you feel so much better about the series. Losing game one absolutely sucks. Then getting killed in game two, at least late in the game in game two, is very, very deflating, and it puts a lot of pressure on game three, at least to get one. Be nice if against Alabama, Tennessee could just come out and win the first one. So there was your bad news. The basketball team got some good news over the weekend as they continue to recruit at a high level. Rick Barnes continues to be a closer. The basketball team continues to turn some heads. We'll dive into that after the break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Tennessee basketball roster updates. Do you care about where the players leaving Tennessee land at all?
Nope,
No.
I don't. I mean, I see it when it comes across,
Yeah.
but doesn't matter to me where they go.
Doesn't care.
They ain't Vols no more in my book. So
Okay.
I don't care where they – I mean, I guess I care just a little bit if they end up in the SEC because that means we'll be playing them, but still very little. I care about who wants to be a volunteer.
Yeah.
That's what I care about.
Okay. We got Boswell to Maryland. Cade Phillips staying in the SEC at Texas A&M. Amari Evans to Texas, staying in the SEC.
Right.
Of course, Jalen Carey to Missouri. We've already talked about that one. He stays in the SEC. Out with the old, in with the new, though. That's been the motto for Rick Barnes. And the Vols stayed hot in the portal yesterday, landing the commitment from Virginia Commonwealth transfer guard Terrence Hill Jr. He made it official. It was kind of a weird thing because it seemed as if it was a done deal and that he was coming to Tennessee. All signs point to it. And then there was just a lot of silence over the weekend.
Yeah, we were kind of waiting for a commitment on Friday.
Right.
Everybody was eyeing Friday as being probably the day if we got him, and then it did drag out a little further than that.
But have no fear. The A10 Sixth Man of the Year made it official on Sunday and said he's all Vol. Another big-time mid-major player. Although I think I give Hill a little bit more credit than I do Lundblade. Now, Lundblade, of course, was the conference player of the year in his conference, the Missouri Valley Conference, whereas Hill was only the sixth man of the year in the A10. But I do think the A10, a much more respected conference than the Missouri Valley Conference. But you went out and you got two mid-major players, but you got some guys that took home some hardware for their play.
Yeah, the A10's a stronger conference, and I just go back to seeing what he did in the NCAA tournament. I mean, that alone is enough for me to be excited about him. And you got a guy that you feel pretty good about when it comes to handling the ball. You know, we had concerns about point guard, and I guess he can handle the ball or he can play off the ball. He's a versatile guard.
It's so interesting to me to see how things have changed. Perception has changed. We've talked about it a lot, and we've given it credit. How Rick Barnes has evolved, how Rick Barnes has grown, adapted, all those things. But I couldn't help but laugh reading the comments from Terrence Hill Jr. and just thinking back to like 2018 or 19. You seen this where he said part of the reason he wanted to come to Tennessee? He said, I was watching the March Madness game where Jacoby was shooting anything he wanted. And I was like, bleep, Rick Barnes lets his point guard go. So I like that. And me and my agent were watching it like Tennessee might be a good spot for me. And I couldn't help but thinking about Lamonte Turner and Jordan Bone when I was reading that. Because both those point guards just like acted like playing for Rick Barnes was kind of like hell. Yeah. And like Lamonte was just always in the doghouse, and Jordan Bone and him, didn't have necessarily the rosiest relationship.
Well, and then Santee after that, he's the one I always think of. It just looked like he was scared to shoot.
Yeah.
He was scared Rick Barnes was going to come out there with a whip or something if he shot the ball.
So it's crazy to me to see a guy be like, yeah, Rick Barnes lets his point guard do anything he wants. He lets him go. I want to go play for that guy. Now, I know Rick Barnes has had great point guard play pretty much, constantly in his career, but the freedom from the point guard was not something I expected to see guards watching and saying, I want to do that. But I do think that's a part of Rick Barnes' evolution, because I don't feel that way about Rick Barnes anymore. I don't feel like he really scares his players into not shooting. If anything, I feel like he's trying to give guys the ultimate green light. I think back to, Chaz Lanier, where he's like, hey, I'm benching you because you're not shooting. Keep in mind, brother, you get paid to shoot. Literally, we are paying you millions of dollars to come here and shoot the basketball. Shoot it.
That is evolution with Barnes. He has evolved with the VOL capitalized.
So I give him credit for that. And I do think that's part of the reason you've seen Tennessee do so well in the transfer portal, because you have started to stack up some real big success stories of guys coming in here. Guards that want to play and guards that want to shoot and score are now lining up to play for Rick Barnes. And the country has taken notice in terms of the offensive firepower that Rick Barnes is accumulating. With Day-Day Ames and Lumblade and Terrence Hill Jr. just kind of all out there at the guard position. And then you throw in Jalen Harrelson and the hope that Juke Harris, the big-time scorer from Wake Forest that you've been involved with over the last couple of years, you hope that he is going to make it official and come to Tennessee. Although I think everyone's kind of expecting a Chaz Lanier situation there, where that's going to extend through the month of May
and drag on a little bit.
Yeah, because I think he'll go through the draft process. Everyone believes like he'll declare for the draft and take that, into the middle of May before the deadline to withdraw.
Well, it could be a situation though where he declares for Tennessee, right?
I hope that's the way it goes.
And then you're just waiting on the draft process after that.
I hope that's the way it goes, but Chaz Lanier didn't do that. So I'm kind of bracing for that, where you first sweat the draft and then you sweat Tennessee and Kentucky, or in this situation, Tennessee and Michigan, or Tennessee and North Carolina.
Well, Juke Harris, I mean, would you call him a cherry on top at this point, or is that something that you really feel like they need him? I mean, I know you need him because he's one of the top guys in the portal. Obviously, you'd love to have him, but do you feel pretty comfortable without him if you get another big?
Well, you need another big. You need another big, and Tennessee is going to go out and get another big. The question is, how much are they going to spend, and like what quality of big are you going to get? But no, without a doubt, you got to go get another big man. 100%.
That's priority number one right now.
I don't know if it's priority number one. Like the reports yesterday, coming from the national guys, were that Tennessee was now turning its attention to a big man, like to try to go, bolster the front line. So maybe it's the focus right now. But like if you ask me, like I'd still be more worried about Nate Ament's future and Juke Harris and what they do versus going out and getting a rotational big man, because I know you're going to get somebody.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, is it a depth piece or is it a quality big man?
And honestly, even at this point, you're gearing up for so much firepower at your guards. Like, I just need a couple big men that can kind of walk and chew gum at the same time. Be coordinated enough to catch the ball and dunk the ball. Be coordinated enough to be big and like athletic enough to not like get into foul trouble. I'm not even saying you have to be a great rim protector. Just be a body that can go out there and play 20 minutes without fouling out.
Now that USC guy, he's like 7'5", isn't he?
Sure, bring him in and just say, hey, stand there and be tall.
That's what I want. I want one of those big freaks.
Yeah, stand there and be tall.
I said Friday, I want a guy who can tie his shoes standing up.
Okay, well, you said you want somebody that can tie his shoes standing up. I just want him to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. I just want to coordinate a big man that can play basketball. Because we've seen plenty of big men who can't play basketball. And it's like, oh, you're just big for no reason. I want my guy to at least be big for a reason. And it's probably just because he's going to get a free college scholarship and make some NIL money and not play in the NBA. But, like, hey, just go out there and take up some size and be big. That's kind of where my focus is when it comes to how Tennessee is going to fill out this big man rotation. As Rick Barnes zigs and zags, like last year, I was like, hey, let's have a bunch of quality bigs. Let's try our luck. This year, it seems like he is all in on just give me as many guards that can score the basketball as possible.
I like the approach. That's exactly what I wanted. So,
and you can hope, and look, it might be the case. Maybe you just need one big to come off the bench because you feel good about Miles Rubin and Dwayne Brown being able to play 20 minutes each, or at least the two of them combined to play the 40 minutes at center. And maybe Tennessee looks and doesn't play two bigs this year. Maybe they're playing more of size and athleticism, wings and athleticism. Like, hey, Juke Harris, you're 6'7". Jalen Harrelson, you're 6'7". You guys are going to rotate some time down at the power forward position. Hey, same for you, Nate Ament. How about you come back to school? You're 6'10". Now you get some minutes at the power forward position.
I don't even want to think about Nate coming back. If that happened, I mean, I'd be thinking about national championships.
Well, you asked about Juke Harris being the top priority, and for me, the top priority is still Nate. And you asked if they're must-haves, and I wouldn't say they're must-haves. They're not cherry on tops either. Cherry on top means unnecessary. So, like, to me, they're somewhere in between must-haves and unnecessary, an unnecessary treat.
Icing on the cake?
I don't like icing. So I don't know. Like Nate would feel like the whole nother
icing.
No, not really.
You just eat dry old cake?
Kind of. But the way my old lady cooks a cake, it's moist. She cooks it like an inside-out cake or something. It's like a roll. You've had a piece of it, I think, or maybe I didn't bring you any. But it gets enough of the moisture in it.
I thought you liked yellow cake with chocolate icing.
I like yellow cake with chocolate icing, but I knock most of the chocolate icing off. But now, like I said, my old lady, she makes a yellow cake with no icing, and it's like inside, it's kind of like a bun cake, but it's delicious, and it's moist enough. I don't need icing. She puts like little German chocolate chips in it, so I get my chocolate there. It's delicious.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah. So I'm not really an icing guy, but Nate's bigger than that. Nate's a whole new cake for me, but also like he's not a must-have in the sense. I think right now, and Sam, you can tell me if you disagree, Tennessee has kind of solidified itself as a top 15 team.
Yeah.
Getting Juke Harris or keeping Nate Ament maybe puts you in that top 5 preseason range.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at on it. So, like, not a must-have in the sense of, like, being a competitive team that can get to the second weekend and kind of be in the position you were in this year. But, like, if you get one of these other guys.
Well, if you get both.
If you get both, sure. But if you get one of those guys, you're all of a sudden kind of preseason top 5, top 6, and a team that can actually go out and feel like they're competing for a national championship this year.
I feel like Juke Harris, like you're going to feel incredible about that top 5 if it's like Juke Harris and another big, or if it's Juke Harris and Nate Ament.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible that you get both of them.
Yeah.
Like, it is very possible you get both of them. Tennessee has a war chest, and they are spending it. Now, this might be a one-and-done situation. This might be like a, hey, Rick, it's your last rodeo, it's your last hoorah. But, like, it does feel that they've been doing what I've asked them to do over the last couple of years, which is, hey, as long as Rick Barnes is here, he has earned to have every bullets, every gun, whatever, every opportunity, every player he wants, Tennessee should be able to find some money for him. Even if it comes to me at the detriment to other sports, I feel like Rick Barnes has earned, hey, yep, just make it happen. We'll do some creative accounting on the back end. We'll make the contracts work. Go out and get them, because he deserves a chance to go out, not only go to the team's first ever Final Four, but to maybe compete for a national championship. And it does feel like he has the support from the boosters to go out and have a chance to get it done. Like North Carolina fans and Michigan fans keep looking, and I keep seeing them say like, "Oh, Tennessee just took Terrence Hill. That means they're out of the Juke Harris thing." Nope, not the case. Tennessee's still in a really good spot with Juke Harris. And they still got some money set aside for Nate Ament, too, if he wants to come back. Like, there's a chance you get both. And I don't know how you feel, Sam, but, like, I feel like a 60, 65, maybe even 70% chance that you get one of Juke Harris or Nate Ament. I'd say almost 75%.
Yeah.
Now, getting both would be, a 25% chance for me at this point. But, like, I do feel pretty good about Tennessee's setup right here.
If you get both, I might be more excited for basketball season than football season. And that has never happened really in my life. Maybe once or twice, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but maybe when football was really down.
Surely to God.
When you knew you had a lame duck coach.
Surely to God in 2019 when you had Grant and Admiral returning versus, although I guess in 20.
You were coming off, you had the longest win streak in the country.
Was that? No, that was that was after 2019.
That was the 2019
right?
season.
Yeah.
Going into 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, coming off 2018, that would have been
you were like 5-7.
Year 2 for Pruitt. Yeah. And you really didn't show anything. I mean, you beat Auburn.
Yeah, but surely you were more excited for Grant and Admiral's last run. Maybe not. Maybe you didn't care about basketball.
I would say that might be the one time.
And if it didn't happen then, it happened after the first game when you lost to Georgia State. You're probably like, okay, let's just get to basketball season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just looking at one of the gambling apps, looking at this one's Caesars. Last week, I grabbed Tennessee at plus 7,000, 70-1 to win the title. And just over the last week, it's gone down to 40-1. So you've already kind of started moving up, at least into the puncher's chance of winning a title. That's still only like the just quick scroll. Looks like the 15th or 16th best odds of winning. But like people have taken notice to the roster you're putting together. And that's without two really big pieces.
Yeah. Well, plus 7,000. That's a good number. You'll be a happy man if we add Juke Harris and Nate Ament.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, you buy it at the right time, and that could get down at least to like, the plus 1,800, plus 2,000, and you get a good number there. We'll continue the conversation in hour 2. We'll break it up a little bit with some headlines and fill you in on some other stuff you missed from the weekend. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
I think if you have two number one movies in 1 year, that's a pretty big deal.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Well, I'm rooting for the guy. I mean, we need a good Glenn in Hollywood. The name Glenn is not as, prominent as it was some years ago.
Well, also kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Oh, it's a Monday morning. You know what that means. Time to crack open a White Claw Hard Seltzer. Let's get this party started. Responsibly, of course. Hour 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mac? Sauce me.
Thank you, John. Well, in the
Big dog.
Big dog in the NBA last night, Victor Wembanyama, first game I've ever seen him play, and he looks like he's pretty good to me. He scored 35 points, the most by a Spur in the playoff debut, the most since Tim Duncan, in a 111-98 win over the Trailblazers, game 1 of the first-round Western Conference playoff series.
I just love seeing Tim Duncan.
I was going to say it was a little bit jarring for me seeing Tim Duncan.
I just love seeing him just out there looking like a damn hippie. Just a cool-ass dude just hanging out.
Sitting right by David Robinson.
Him and David Robinson. Just two studs, just hanging out, supporting the boys, wearing the free T-shirts. Not too cool to put on the free T-shirts. I like seeing them. I like to every time Wemby did something cool, they'd show Tim Duncan. He was just like, wow, this guy's good.
Maybe one of these days Kawhi will be seated next to him.
No, I don't think so. Kawhi hates the Spurs.
All right, then. Well, Wemby checked out with 52 seconds left in the game, which had hurt me gambling-wise, I tell you. When those guys came out, I had De'Aaron Fox scoring 18 points. He had 17. I had over the alternate total. It went under.
Mm.
Things did not work out, but the Spurs did cover the spread, which I had.
Well, what'd you think? How was your experience of watching Wemby? What'd you think?
Well, I thought he was very tall. I mean, he appeared to me like a guy with a lot of length.
It was very weird seeing him. Usually he grabs 12, 14, 15 rebounds. Last night he only had 5, so it was a weird game for him.
I think you'll take it if he scores 35 points.
Yeah, you will. The Spurs are good. What do you think about the court?
With
the Fiesta and the way they match the crowd up with the Fiesta style.
Yeah, they
Big
said
fan of the T-shirts.
They're doing some party, like it's something they do in San Antonio every year, I guess, around this time of the year, some kind of party.
Cinco de Mayo?
I don't know if it's got something to do with Cinco de Mayo. I mean, it's obviously not Cinco de Mayo. I mean, last night would not have been Cinco de Mayo.
No.
Last night would have been, how do you say 19? I know when you get to 20, it's 21. Let's see. It goes 11, 12, 13, 14 is 14. 15 is 15.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it Nueve?
Si nueve.
Huh?
19.
19. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bubba.
Because it's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Thank you, Bubba. Last night was 19 de Abril.
Yeah.
Not Cinco de Mayo. So, but maybe it's got something to do with that. I don't know.
What other basketball did you watch this weekend?
Not a lot, but I was also going to tell you that the Magic stunned the Pistons in Game 1. We belong here, says Detroit.
They put on 2 good games in a row. I mean, they absolutely throttled the Hornets on Friday night, embarrassed them, and then hit the ground running and had a really good game plan for the Pistons, where they're like, "Hey, go ahead, Cade Cunningham, you can score 39 points. We're not going to let these other bums do anything. You're going to have to score 70 if you're going to win, brother, because otherwise you're kicking out to Kevin Huerter, and he's not going to hit a shot." And Jalen Duren, despite maybe being an all-NBA type of player, he's not going to do anything. It's just going to be you. I mean, the Magic were supposed to be a top 3 seed this year and supposed to win over 50 games. They've been really disappointing, but like whenever they play hard and play together, they are still a talented team. That's going to be a fun series.
Also, over the weekend, the Suns knocked out the Warriors on Friday. No Steph Curry anymore. And the Lakers were able to defeat the Rockets in Game 1 of the West first round. Kevin Durant was out for the Rockets.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't even really realize he was like injured. And then I was like, okay, they're saying he's questionable. And then right before the game, they're like, okay, yeah, he's out. And I was like, what? Kevin Durant's not playing. And then all of a sudden, when you remove Kevin Durant, you realize that Rockets team ain't that good.
No, they lost to the Lakers even without Luka, right?
Without Luka and Austin Reeves. All of a sudden, it was a fair fight when it was just LeBron at home running around with his group of cast-offs. But you looked at Houston, you're like, okay, they got some athletes out there, but not a lot of good basketball players. And next thing you knew, LeBron was absolutely controlling the game in year 23. At the age of 41, they're still having to run double teams at him, and he's just picking them apart. 19 points, 13 assists, and 8 rebounds. Hell, even got Bronny James playoff minutes out there. It was a really nice win for the Lakers. We'll see how Kevin Durant's injury affects the rest of this series, but now the Lakers just got to find a way to win 3 more games, and 3 of those games will be in Los Angeles. They just have to hold serve at home.
We'll see if they botch it. The Cavs beat the Raptors. The Nuggets beat the Timberwolves. The Knicks beat your Hawks.
Yeah.
In Game 1.
That's okay. It's a 7-game series.
Celtics blasted the Sixers.
That's going to be the most lopsided series. Like, let's just go ahead.
How about Thunder Suns?
Let's just go ahead and that's you're right. That's probably going to be equally as lopsided. What do you think about the Pistons? There's some momentum growing for like the 1 seed to be able to pick their first round opponent. Because I feel like if you were the Magic, you would look and say, or if you're the Pistons, you're like, hey, we don't want to play this big ass physical-ass Magic team. We want to play the 76ers with no Joel Embiid. Is that something you think the 1 seed should maybe get to?
That's tough. I mean, you could argue it, like if you've earned the 1 seed, that maybe you've earned that right, but it's never been done, has it?
No, but it'd be cool.
I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, okay.
I like that idea.
Yeah, there's some momentum growing for it. Like in terms of like really trying to reward the teams that like finish. Like if we're going to make the regular season.
Well, yeah, when a third of the league has quit, I would say you should reward the teams that are actually trying.
Yeah.
Well, then when you go pick an opponent that you want to play, then that guy has a little chip on his shoulder.
Exactly.
Like, oh, you think I'm the worst team? Like,
Yeah.
I'll go beat your ass.
Yeah. That adds a little drama to a 1-8 matchup.
Yeah.
But like, because I definitely don't think they would have picked the Magic over the 76ers because now they're in for an all-out brawl. They're in for a fist fight now against the Magic, and the Magic just got to find a way to win 3 more games.
I feel like there's like 3 or 4 series that we can kind of just wrap up here.
Well, that's kind of how it always is in the first round. That's kind of how it always is. I mean, like, yeah, the Thunder. Maybe they win in 5 games. Maybe they give up a game somewhere. But I would probably lean towards that just being a sweep. The Spurs, the Spurs Blazers is interesting to me just because of everything that's now coming out about the new Blazers owner. Have you seen these stories?
How he's just being like super cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, like he just bought the team, but now like he's buying it basically as a way to get more money coming in versus like, hey, this is just a flashy new toy. I'm really rich. Like that's the only thing I've really seen come out of this, the Spurs Blazers series so far, other than Wemby. But like they're talking about how he's already pretty much told he's not paying more than $1.5 million for a new head coach, and that's basically what top assistants make. He's like, nope, we're not going over that. He's already said that like fans aren't getting free T-shirts in games 3 and 4 because they're trying to save some money. And then there was a story that talked about how when they played in the play-in against Phoenix on Tuesday, that you could see people wearing Blazers gear just hanging out in the hotel lobby. And that's because a lot of the staffers that were there, he made them check out of their hotel at noon instead of paying the fee for a late checkout. He didn't want them to get to hang out in their room extra. So he made them get all their stuff and just sit in the lobby and wait for hours until it was time to go over to the arena. So people are out on the Blazers owner, but you can go ahead and chalk that one down too, Sam. I'd say they're done for too. We'll talk some more NBA playoffs later on in the show though, Cody. Get back to headlines.
Yeah, there's 3 games tonight. So
yeah, we'll get to that later.
Some good ones. Well, the problem is the best game to me starts at 10:30, and it'd be 1 a.m. time. That's over. Well, Oklahoma State has landed a big.
Oh, damn, they're putting. Didn't Denver, Minnesota's at 10:30 tonight?
Yeah,
that is late.
Yeah, it is late,
especially because they're not even in West time zone. They're in damn Mountain time zone. They could play earlier.
I know.
Go ahead.
Iowa State has landed a big commitment. Audi Crooks has committed to play for the Cowboys or Cowgirls.
Oh, they said Iowa State. Didn't you say Iowa State?
He did, yeah.
Oh, well.
He flip-flopped around.
I thought you were going to tell me she decided to go back to school.
Oh. Well, you interrupted me. I said Oklahoma State.
Fault.
Well, it kind of was because I did say Oklahoma State the first time. Former Iowa State star center Audi Crooks has committed to Oklahoma State. She's going to go be a Cowgirl now. She is the number 1 player in ESPN's women's basketball transfer rankings, and the 6'3", 382-pound Crooks, an Iowa native who played her first 3 seasons at Iowa State, will stay in the Big 12 Conference going to Oklahoma State.
Okay.
So she is obviously chasing the bag, which, probably not the first time she's done that.
I thought you were going to go with a different joke there of her chasing. She doesn't really chase stuff. That requires running usually.
I was thinking like a bag of McDonald's cheeseburgers or something. But it makes sense that she's going to be a Cyclone, because a Cyclone is built around a massive center and has a
She's not going to be a
huge
cyclist.
She's going to be a cowboy.
She's going to be a cowgirl.
She's going to Oklahoma State.
Well, you've confused me.
Did you not know that she was already at Iowa State?
She was at Iowa State. I knew that. Yeah.
She's not going to be a Cyclone.
Well, I keep seeing these pictures of her in the.
You're trying to.
I've screwed the whole thing up.
Yeah.
I blame you for interrupting me.
Oh, it's my fault that you didn't.
Well,
know
it was. It was.
It's not the Oklahoma State Cyclones. It's my fault that you didn't know that.
It was your fault. Yeah. No, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't know
that.
You
Didn't seem like it.
It was your fault entirely.
Oh.
That's what happens when I'm interrupted.
Oh.
John, an anonymous source has asked me your opinion on the Hawks getting rid of Luke Kennard for Gabe Vincent.
I have a couple thoughts. My first thought would be that the Hawks at least got something in return. The team that had Luke Kennard before the Hawks just let him walk for free. You know what I mean? Like the Hawks got him just straight up as a pretty cheap free agent. There was a team that had him before that just let him walk. Now, I don't know who's asking that, but there's different levels of basketball knowledge, and I imagine that person's probably more on the casual side of it because you didn't just get him for Gabe Vincent. You also got a trade exception out of it too, which is a very important thing in terms of building a roster. And also, like, everyone has different roles. So, like, I've been pretty excited about Gabe Vincent. I don't know if you guys are aware, but the Hogs were like the second or third best team after the trade deadline. We were like 20-6. Like, we were pretty damn good, and Gabe Vincent was a very important defensive point guard off the bench that could also hit some open shots. We didn't really need a Luke Kennard type of player. Now, we'll give Luke Kennard a lot of credit for being able to, like, osmosively just hang out with the GOAT, LeBron James, and be like, hey, I can do what you need me to do, LeBron. Like, I do give him credit for that. I didn't know he had the point guard side in him, though. He's ran some good point guard for them after Reeves and Luka went out. I like Luke Kennard. But the Hawks, yeah, getting Gabe Vincent, a good key backup point guard, and also a trade exception for next year to go out and get another player, that's pretty good business, I think.
A.J. Brown is likely to be traded from the Eagles to the Patriots once June 1st rolls around, says Adam Schefter.
Yeah, it's been a poorly kept secret. I just hate that Diana Rossini wasn't the one that got to tweet it out. She's been all over that story. She's done some bad things to get that.
She should
story.
be credited for that.
She's getting credit for it. The Eagles fans think that she was helping Vrabel tamper. That basically they've got her trying to help Vrabel and the Patriots tamper with both A.J. Brown and Max Crosby. There's a big group of Eagles fans that want her, like, investigated and, like, want Mike Vrabel investigated for, like, misconduct and, like, tampering.
Well, did you see that Kay Adams was calling the Dexter Lawrence trade to the Bengals a few days early?
I did see that. People were like, oh, no. Kay Adams has been compromised. Yes. Surely she's not running around with that goofy head coach they got, Zach Taylor. Maybe she's at least, like, hanging out with Burrow.
That is another piece of news. The Bengals signed Dexter Lawrence to a 1-year, $28 million extension.
It does seem weird that they would. I mean, I guess you can't cut your nose off to spite your face. Sunken cost fallacy, yada, yada, yada. But, like, for so long, they're like, we don't want to pay Trey Hendrickson. But now it's like, okay, actually, we want to trade for and then give a big extension to Dexter Lawrence, who is a little bit younger. How old's Hendrickson? Hendrickson's like, what, 31, I think? Is he on the other side of 30? So Lawrence is at least 28, but they're going to have to pay him some big money in a couple years. What'd you make of the trade? Your boy Joe Burrow.
Oh, I didn't.
Getting some help.
I didn't care too much.
After going out and getting a top-level defensive tackle, there's really no more excuses for the Bengals not to win like 13 games this year.
I'm sure they will. Did you see a skydiver at Virginia Tech? You weren't far from this guy. As a terrifying,
I could hear the thump.
Terrifying moment as a skydiver got blown off course and crashed into the scoreboard during a football pregame. Must have been the Virginia Tech spring game going on.
Yeah, it's a bad omen for the James Franklin era, I feel like.
Yeah. And then also there was a great baseball game Saturday. Did you see the Arkansas-Georgia game? Georgia beat Arkansas 26-14 at Baum-Walker Stadium Saturday, a football score there. 26 runs for the Georgia Bulldogs. 26-14. What a score, huh? Quite a score.
Georgia's really good.
Yeah, they're what we used to be. And then Jelly Roll put Pat McAfee through a table at WrestleMania.
How'd that make you feel?
Just like stuff's so stupid.
Bubba,
It's really kind of annoying that ESPN has embraced it.
Bubba, what were your thoughts on WrestleMania?
Thumbs down.
1 thumb down, 2 thumbs down?
2 thumbs down.
I feel like people liked Sunday night.
No, night 2 was pretty good.
Yeah.
Night 1 felt like I'm going to blame TKO, but that's the way the business is. Night 1 absolutely sucked. Night 2, the main event saved it. Ladder match was okay.
People loved the ladder match. You thought it was just okay?
The ending ruined it for me. When he sprung from the ropes and then Rusev jumped off the ladder to help him for his spot instead of him getting there but on his own.
Oh my!
That kind of soured it for me a little bit because it's like brother didn't have to jump off the ladder to get hit.
Have you ever watched wrestling before? There's so many times the other guy has to help the guy, Bubba.
Yeah, but if you do it at a very crucial point, aka the ending, the climax.
That wasn't the ending or climax.
There
was
was
still like 5 minutes left in the match after that.
Pretty big moment in the match.
Neither one of those guys was involved in the ending. That wasn't the ending of the match.
Javon Evans was involved in the ending.
Was it him and Penta at the so then it wasn't the ending. He got up, he rolled out, he came back in.
Yeah.
I think that was like 5 minutes left. I don't
still
that wasn't the ending
that
spot.
kind of soured me on that. Felt bad for the women. My girl Rhea Ripley not doing great mentally and emotionally and physically.
Yeah,
hopefully she gets back on track.
Her posting in the comments that she's battling an eating disorder was kind of sad.
Yeah, it's very noticeable, and I don't want to be the guy that just constantly looks at that and be like, "Wow, she's not lying." But
what kind of disorder?
Not a great one.
She just said eating disorder. She's lost a lot of weight. She lost a lot of weight, so people were like trying to like speculate and say that she like got injured, so she can't lift weights as much, and yada yada yada. And then she replied in the comments like, "No, I'm just battling a eating disorder that I'm trying to get a hold of." And everyone's like, "Oh, well, that's awkward." But you can't throw your ones up, Bubba. The tribal chief is back.
I guess we're allowed to do that now that we don't have any quarterback with lays. So
yeah, that's true. Okay, well, there's Bubba's WrestleMania thoughts. We'll get back to some Tennessee basketball coming up after the break. Stick with us.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Some important dates for you to remember, courtesy of our friend William Pattison. Him and Aiden are doing a good job covering this for us digitally. If you're on Instagram, give us a like over at Fan Run Sports. You can keep up with all the latest intel. Of course, on Twitter at Fox Sports Knox, on Facebook, Fox Sports Knoxville, fanrunradio.com. But some important dates for you to know coming up. Cody, the deadline to enter the portal is tomorrow. Tomorrow at midnight. Not midnight tonight, but midnight tomorrow going into Wednesday. That's the deadline for players to enter the transfer portal. So if there is, any more big names that Tennessee would be linked to, they'd need to be in the portal by tomorrow at midnight.
What's the deadline for fans to enter the portal? Because I know some Kentucky people that might be interested in switching fan bases.
It's been tough for Pope, man.
Things aren't going well for the Cats.
It's been tough for Pope.
Yeah.
He's been kind of getting stuffed in a locker at every turn.
Yeah, pretty soon the black smoke will be coming out of the top of the Rupp Arena. Because Pope.
The latest for Pope is this Donnie Freeman guy.
Gonna need a new Pope soon.
Donnie Freeman is a name Tennessee is linked to. I don't know if I buy this one as much. Tennessee's getting linked to him as well as St. John's. Kentucky thought they had him. Kentucky was prepared to get him. And then all of a sudden some big money players came in and said, hold on, not so fast. Now, Donnie Freeman would be a pretty big get if Tennessee was able to get him, and that would kind of shore up your front line. But to me, that's just shoring up your front line with a big money guy. Donnie Freeman is a power forward at Syracuse, 16.5 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, basically blocked a shot per game. But he would give Tennessee some extra size and athleticism.
I think we should take him just to spite Kentucky.
Well,
we don't even need him.
We're going to take
go
him.
Ahead and bring him in.
Either we're going to take him to spite Kentucky, or Rick Pitino is going to take him from him to spite Kentucky.
Oh, hey, he's a free man. He can go where he wants. Let's take him. Let's take him. Why not? Why not us? Why don't we just go win the national title this year? Why can't we? I mean, Michigan just did it. We might as well do it. Let's go be great. I can't wait for basketball season. I'm going to be so fired up, especially coming off that 7-5 football season. Our fan base is going to be juiced. We need to get in there and make Thompson-Boling Arena absolute hell this year. That's what we need to do as a fan base. Forget Neyland. That's going to be over by like middle of October.
You buy the Freeman talk at all, Sam?
I kind of don't think so.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a little like, this sounds kind of stupid to say, but he almost sounds like too talented of a front court player to almost add into like
a team full of guards.
Yeah, a team full of guards to where like you still are wanting to go pay a Juke Harris and Nate Ament still on the board. Like the dollar amount that you're going to have to shell out for that guy, I don't know if – I think you're kind of wanting what you said, able-bodied big man rather than like, hey, let's go get the big-time score.
It's called an embarrassment of riches.
To me, there is a thing in basketball of having too much talent. So you do have to kind of make sure your team.
Tell the Golden State Warriors that.
Which version of them?
The ones that won the NBA title.
Okay, so not the one that missed the playoffs 7 times.
The ones that added Kevin Durant.
Well, there was Steph Curry has missed the playoffs 7 times in his career, which people have really,
not with Kevin Durant.
People have really pointed to that. I was just making sure I was asking which one.
The one that's loaded with talent.
Yeah, but that one still had to have pieces that fit too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Durant and Curry complemented each other.
Plus, you got Draymond Green.
Yeah, plus you had Draymond to run the defense. But if you'd have had a center instead of Draymond Green who needed the basketball, that wouldn't have gone as well. Draymond's like, yeah, I'll set screens and do these dribble handoffs the entire time. I don't need the ball. I don't need to score at least.
Remember Andre Iguodala?
Yeah, he didn't need the ball. He didn't need to score. He's like, I'll play defense too.
Klay Thompson.
Well, Klay wanted to score, and Klay just had to go sit in the corner.
Klay could score.
Yeah, but Klay didn't really get the ball as much whenever Durant was there, but he had to sacrifice too. But Sam, with Freeman, I kind of agree with what you're saying. He's an equation changer for me. Like if Tennessee is seriously after him, to me, that would probably signify they don't feel great about either Juke Harris or Nate Ament, maybe both, and they're just trying to say, hey, this train's got to keep rolling. We told Juke we'll sit around, but we'll find some money if he really wants to come, but we're not going to sit here and not spend this money until we know for sure. Because let's say you got an extra $7-8 million laying around to fill out your roster. You don't get to spend that money at the end of May when the NBA draft decision has to be made. That's another important date to keep in mind, courtesy of our friend William Pattison. The NCAA withdrawal date is May 27th. So, like, you have a month and a week before Juke Harris or Nate Ament has to make any type of decision. At this point, Sam, is it fair to say that, like, Nate Ament, even if he declares for the draft, it's not going to be a firm announcement?
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, a lot of those guys that were like the quote-unquote top prospects in the draft have kind of made up their mind of, yeah, we're going to go into the draft and we're going to make, we're going to test the waters and kind of see what's happening here. But I think clearly whether or not you believe that, Nate's going to come back to school next year or go to the NBA, you've seen how long this decision has taken since the season ended, that he is deliberating on something.
I feel like even if he announces he's going to the draft, it would be one of those like where he keeps the door open to return.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's not like a slam dunk, I'm leaving now, because, you got the combine May 10th. The lottery itself is May 10th, where you'll kind of figure out where teams are picking, and that'll affect, kind of your draft spots. I got to say, though, and I know I've been beating the drum for Nate to come back to school, but like I do feel like I do feel like if you're Nate and testing the waters of the NBA draft is kind of a sign of weakness. And what I mean by that is, like you said, Sam, all the other top picks have said, like, hey, Cam Boozer didn't say, hey, I'm testing the waters. Cam Boozer said, all right, I'm headed to the NBA. Same as DeBanza, same as those top picks. Like the top guys know they're top guys, and they're not saying, hey, this is a tough decision. I'll leave the door open if I don't get the feedback, yada, yada, yada. It's like, hey, no, I'm going to the draft. I'm very confident I'm going to be a top 6, top 7 pick. I don't think there's any world right now where Nate Ament can say that. I don't think there's really a world where he can say he's super confident he's a top 10 pick. So if you're him, I almost feel like just doing the whole, hey, I'm staying in college and I want to stay in college. I want to work on my game. I enjoy the process. I'm getting some good money. I want to lead this team to its first ever Final Four. I want to win a national championship. If it was me, that messaging looks so much better than like, hey, I'm going to go dip my toes in the draft and see if they like me. So I'm hoping that he just kind of doesn't even mess around with that. He's already getting feedback from NBA guys.
And then in the process of like, while you try to make that decision, you see all the moves that Tennessee's making on the outside. And I think it was clear to, pretty much every Tennessee fan last year that it was, all right, this roster is going to be Jacoby Gillespie and Nate Ament to go run. And, we're going to play some good hard defense outside of those guys. But now it's like you have 4 to 5 other scoring options that are already been recruited onto this team. You add in a guy of, Nate Ament's talent and his size, like just the attention that other teams are going to have to show to those other pieces that you've added on here is going to make his life so much easier.
You would think so. But I will say that it was reported pretty much all of last year that Nate and his family was a little hesitant to let him go down there and play power forward. Now, I will say that if Nate Ament decides to return to school, he needs to return as a power forward. So like that would have to kind of be of an understanding too, because you talk about the way the roster's filled up, Sam. The roster's filled up, but there is a hole at power forward. So it's like, hey, buddy, welcome back. Mm-hmm. Here you are at this. We'll call it the 3/4. You get to play both. Now, also with that being said, I understand his family being a little worried about him as a true freshman doing that. But like year 2, another year in the weight room, you should put on 10 pounds of muscle. You'd be more equipped to show that you're more of a grown man now.
Bob Baskerville's put out his top 5, or his projected starting 5 here of Terrence Hill Jr. at point guard.
Okay.
Day-Day Ames at shooting guard with an asterisk. Could be Tyler Lundblade, I guess, kind of interchangeable there. Jalen Harrelson at small forward. Dwayne Brown at power forward. Miles Rubin at center. So I guess Bob has Ament and Tyler Tanner coming off the bench.
Did he have Juke Harris on there either? He doesn't have Juke Harris either, does he?
No, I guess he's coming off the bench too.
Yeah.
That's what DR said. You got Ament Tanner coming off the bench. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting Tyler Tanner, but that's okay. We don't need him.
He's got until tomorrow at midnight to hop in the portal. The number that came out from him over the weekend was that that Vanderbilt's basically like kind of maxed out at $3.5 million for him, which felt pretty low.
Broke.
Now maybe they had to go back and get some more money. Maybe they successfully went and did that.
Now, did I not hear our former colleague Davey Hudson say a couple of weeks ago that there was no way Tennessee could outspend Vanderbilt when it comes to Tyler Tanner? Pretty sure I heard him say something along those lines.
Where were you listening to Davey Hudson?
He did. I don't know. Maybe he did a hit with Russ and them. I don't know. I heard him somewhere. I still hear him from time to time. I also heard Lucas Panzica, our former colleague, on he was doing the whole Nashville SC soccer thing.
Oh yeah,
Saturday. He does the whole show.
He's been doing that.
He's calling the game.
Yeah, no, he's been doing that.
Well, they play that on 104.5.
Yeah. Lucas is a baller.
Which is kind of odd to me that they play, but I mean, I guess it is one of the pro sports teams there. I guess there's a market for it.
Yeah, better than national programming.
Yeah, I guess so. I listened to the whole, well, not the whole thing, but a good hour or so. I did listen to the whole pregame. He's doing interviews with the coaches and the players and stuff. Really, really real professional.
I mean, if Davey, do you remember how Davey phrased it? Or was he just saying like Tennessee didn't have as much money as Vandy, or that Vandy would just be willing to spend more because they want to keep their own player?
I don't know. I couldn't.
You're just kind of unfairly
really listen when looking at him. It's hard to listen to him.
Yeah, you're just kind of unfairly throwing him under the bus.
Just looking like Big Bird out there with the big goofy ass. I miss Davey. Good guy. Yeah, he's all right.
Okay,
Big Bird. That's what I always called him. He'd walk in the door. Say, hey, it's Big Bird. He didn't like that. He got mad. He's always mad at me. R.I.P.
Bubba, based purely off of vibes, what percentage do you give Nate Ament of returning to Tennessee next year?
48.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sam.
I feel like with Bubba's 48, you gotta jump it into like
if Bubba's at 48, hell, we all better be at like 75 or 80.
I gotta be at least 70, I think.
That's slightly below 50-50.
Yeah, I know, but you're negative, Bubba.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty negative. You're talking about how there's a good chance either him or Drew Harrison's up here.
Well, yeah, sure. But that was two players that get two swings at it.
Don't let him walk this back, John. Just roll with it.
No, I'm not letting him walk it back. He's just claiming it's negative. I would say most people would
I
say
will
that's
be walking
wildly.
this back.
I would say most people would say that's pretty optimistic. Cody, where are you at?
49.
49. Okay.
Get some, Bubba.
I'm glad you're more confident than me that Nate Ament, an NBA lottery pick, returns back to Tennessee.
I don't know if he's a lottery pick or not.
You know, it is a really loaded draft. I mean, it's a.
Didn't some guys come back to school already? Like the guy from, was it Illinois?
Which guy from Illinois? I saw that's the just names escaping me. The UConn shooter. He's
Mullins is back for
Mullins.
them.
Yeah, Mullins said he's returning to school, but he was kind of, I want to say, in the 20 range.
It's a real stacked draft class. I mean, how realistic is this? Because I don't even want to entertain this. I don't like getting my hopes up.
Well, that's what you just said was a 49% chance.
Well, I was just horsing around. I don't like getting my hopes up. That's one of the worst feelings is when I get my hopes up and then I'm disappointed. What's the realistic chance that could happen, that Nate Ament could come back to school? Realistic chance. Take your time.
22.
Think hard.
I don't know how you would really have it under 50-50 at this point.
50-50?
Either he does or he don't.
Oh, that ain't how that works.
Well, realistically, what would you put it at?
Well, that's why I'm asking you.
I mean,
you're the one with the information. Hell,
well,
I ain't got no damn sources.
All the information points
Hell,
to...
my source is you.
Who do you
want me to ask?
Well, all the information points to this being, 50-50 proposition because the lotteries, the draft stuff is trending in the wrong direction.
The wrong direction, really?
Well, yeah. I mean, he came into the season as a top 4 pick. He quickly went to like number 7, number 8, number 9. You know, last week, Bleacher Report's Wasserman, who's a pretty respected guy, had him down at number 15.
Yeah, but what do these guys know?
They talk to people.
But Nate,
same way Todd McShay's doing mock drafts in the NFL. I mean, they talk to people.
But tell me if I'm wrong, but isn't it? I mean, all it takes is one team, right?
Sure.
The right team in the right spot.
Sure.
Like they actually want Nate there.
Sure.
What number would it have to be, you think, for him to reconsider? I mean,
well, that's what I've been wondering. Like, I don't know the answer to that. I can't give you that, but like my break-even point has always been like top 7. If you told me I was the 7th pick, okay. Tell me I'm the 8th pick or lower, man, I think I'd roll the dice and come back to school.
How much can he gain next year? You think next year he could
$35-40 million?
So next year he could go like in the top 5.
It would be, to me, it would be a pretty big failure if he came back to school and wasn't a top 5 pick.
But this year, because the class is so loaded,
it feels like the absolute highest that anybody would even consider him at this point is like number 8. That feels like the tip top of the range right now is number 8.
Well, do you think our coaches are trying to sell him on coming back?
Well, I don't know. I was hoping so, but then you heard
Polinsky
say it's time to leave.
Go on, get out of here.
Sam says a break. We'll continue the conversation on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say-it-loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
for the fans. This is Fan Run Radio. Get some.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Looking at the money, you asked what the what number draft pick you think Nate would have to be to really consider this. I've maintained that, like, if I'm not top 7, I'm coming back to school. That's how I feel. That's what I maintain. But looking at some of these numbers, I'm going to give you a couple options and just kind of highlight the money. And we've been talking about this for over a month now. I do feel like we kind of led the charge here on Nate to come back to school and how it kind of made sense. But, like, as we get closer and closer, you look at this, and let's just start with the number. Let's start with the number 11 pick, Cedric Coward.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Memphis Grizzly. Number 11 is kind of smack dab. That's actually, I would say, at the high end right now of where Nate would go. Number 11. Cedric Coward made $5.7 million his first year, which I would imagine at this point, NIL would pretty much give Tennessee an ability to match that exactly, wouldn't you say? If Nate came back to school, he'd probably make $5 million.
Yeah, all you got to do is get Mr. Haslam to cut the check.
And then Cedric Coward is guaranteed $6 million the next year. So, for his first 2 years, his guarantee is 11.7.
That ain't nothing.
His third and fourth year in the NBA, when you get drafted, the first 2 years are guarantee. The second 2 years are team options.
$11.7 million. How you can make that drive an Uber?
In Cedric Coward's situation, he's shown that he's a good player. So I would be shocked if we get to year 3 and year 4, the team does not pick up his options. So you could add 11.7 plus 6.2.
Cedric Coward, he's got a real chip on his shoulder to kind of be a dog out there.
That's 17.3. And then you add in $8.3 million there. Mm-hmm. And let's just call it $26 million.
Jump change.
$26 million for 4 years. That's the number 11 pick. You go down a couple spots to Derek Queen at number 13, where I've seen him drafted. That goes down to $10.5 million for his first 2 years and roughly $23 million for his first 4 years. That's kind of the range that he is projected right now. On the flip side, Cody, if you get to, let's just go with VJ Edgecombe.
Finally, a guy without an embarrassing last name.
VJ Edgecombe went number 3 last year in the draft. So not number 1, not number 2, number 3, which I think would be a fair goal for Nate if he came back to school. First year, $11.1 million. So already he makes as much money in 1 year that Cedric Cower, the number 2 pick, makes in 2 years. Second year, $11.6 million. If you get your team option picked up, which Edgecombe will, most number 3 picks do. Most top picks get their options picked up. That's an extra $12.2 and an extra $15.4 million. So all in all, going number 3, VJ Edgecombe gets 4 years, $50 million. Derek Queen at number 13 gets 4 years, $23 million.
$27 million can buy you a lot.
Yeah.
It can buy you a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
So to me, like, people keep talking about, the real goal is to get to your second contract as soon as possible. No, it's not. The first goal is to get in there and get drafted to a team that wants to prioritize you. That's what people are missing the mark on. It's not about your second contract. This is not the NFL. They're not running backs. They're not quarterbacks that don't want to get hit too much and they want to get paid. That's not how the NBA works. In the NBA, the most important thing is to get drafted by a team that wants to develop you, that sees you as a big-time player. And really your first goal is to get your year 3 and year 4 options picked up. You know who's not going to get his year 3 and year 4 option picked up? Dalton Connect. Neither did Keon Johnson. Neither did Jaden Springer. Guys that, you could say, they were just waiting to get to their second contract as soon as possible. Guess what? They didn't even make it to year 3. And they were out of the league.
Come on, Nate. Come back to ski.
Like, with all due respect to G-Reg, love Greg Polinsky, you got to look at all the numbers. This isn't 2015 anymore where players have to stay in school and they can't get paid. Nate Ament can make as much money year 1 in the NBA and year 1 or year 2 in college. They basically would make the same amount of money. So at that point, you're betting, like, does he hurt his draft stock? If Nate Ament came back to school next year and hurt his draft stock even worse than it was this year, then, like, that's a different conversation. All of a sudden, a guy has questions about the coaching staff at that point if they can't mold him into at least a top 10 pick in year 2 in a weak draft. I think it'd be better to look and see, he'd probably go up to the top 5. I keep comparing him to Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin did the same thing. He came back. He went number 1. Blake Griffin made $250 million playing in the NBA.
Somebody needs to cut out your audio there and send that to Nate. Make sure he's aware of all this.
I would imagine somebody's gotten to his ear and has laid this out for him. I would imagine.
Well,
I hope so.
You never know.
His family seems on top of things. Now, to his agent, maybe somebody needs to get to his agent to be like, hey, bro, like, don't take the short-term bug. Let's look long-term here. You can double your money by coming back to school and rising up 6 or 7 spots in a weak draft. To me, like, there's really no benefit in going pro early unless you just don't want to go to school and don't want to go to class and don't like Rick Barnes. Like, to me, that would be the thing that I would look at and say, I get it. Go to the NBA.
Yeah, and let's be honest. I mean, the class thing, that's just, they can put him in Alphabet 101.
Sure. But I did read a college kid saying he has class with him, that Nate still goes to class and has still been, like, doing all that stuff. And apparently he says he likes the experience.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like you said,
cool.
the pressure is not really on to go there. But, like, point is, like,
B,
the point is,
C.
The point is he hasn't pulled a John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. I don't know if you remember that back in the day. But the moment they got beat by West Virginia, you could see them, like, courtside of NBA games. They just did not go back to school.
Right.
Their season ended. They just quit the whole class. They just said, yep, time to get ready for the draft. By all accounts, Nate Ament hasn't done that. He's still been going to class.
Well, that's cute.
But also keeps him eligible to return to school.
Yeah, I mean, it's sounding a lot like he should just come on back.
Well, that's how I feel.
Run this thing back. Let's get to the Final Four. Make a little run at a natty. Go ahead and hang a banner. Probably win the SEC. Regular season and tournament. Sweep Kentucky. It all sounds really good. I'd come back if I was him. But I'm fouled up.
I just don't think people fully realize how much money is at stake. Like the higher your draft position goes, just how much more money you make.
Yeah, that's like another yacht.
I don't think you can get a yacht for $20 million, can you?
I bet you can. Not like a Bezos yacht.
You can get a yacht, but you can't. It takes a couple $1 million just to run the damn thing year round. You got to have your staff on board, all the fuel. Hell, gasoline, diesel, $6 a gallon.
It's not a Bezos yacht, but you could get something they consider a yacht.
Even down at number 16, which is where Nate's kind of popped up on a couple drafts, that money goes down to $4.4 million your first year, 4.6 your second year. It's only $9 million only for 2 years, and you're making like $20 million your first 4. Like it's not worth it, brother.
You don't want those Riley Leonard quotes coming out.
No, but
saying he was making more money at Notre Dame than in the NFL.
I do think that's kind of timely, though. Like, it's not 2015 anymore. You're better suited being the man in college. Really, from all walks of life. I'd rather be the big man on campus making $5 or $6 million versus being like the eighth man on a team coming off the bench getting 14 minutes a game. Which is, a realistic outcome if he gets drafted by a good team. It's kind of a double-edged sword there in the NBA draft. Like, if he gets drafted by a good team, obviously he'll win, and maybe they develop him, but, like, his first couple of years, he's not going to play much. If you get drafted by a bad team, chances of you turning into a good player probably, go down a bit. Now, just kind of running the lottery simulator, pick 11's Chicago, or pick 11's Milwaukee. Pick 12's OKC. Pick 13 Miami. Pick 14 Charlotte. Like going to any of those teams, like you would have its pros and cons. But like I wouldn't be super thrilled to be in any of those spots. Maybe Miami.
Yeah, I mean you're taking a risk if you're him, unless you know up front like where you're going to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you could be sitting there thinking you're going to go at number 9, and then you get down to number 15, and it's like, well,
that's kind of what happened to Dalton Connect.
Ain't good.
I mean, that's kind of what happened to Dalton Connect and kind of what happened to Keon Johnson, too. So you can say it's because Connect was older, but like I kept up with the Keon Johnson, Jaden Springer mock drafts. We talked about it. I was locked in, and even leading up to the actual draft, he was projected sometimes by ESPN at like number 7, number 8, number 9. He had a really good combine. He shot well, and he was a freak athlete.
It'd be a tough feeling to be an NBA prospect, wouldn't it? And just watch every single pick, all these picks going in front of you, and just watching the millions drop.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
Thinking you're going to make, $20 million or whatever, and you get down, you're making $3 million. It'd be rough.
You'd still be happy at the end of the day, of course, when you got drafted, but like,
yeah, I mean, it's better than working in sanitation.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, you watch Dalton Connect fall. He ended up on a good team, Lakers. Hey, that's good. Guess what? They don't have time to play him. They ain't got time to bring him along and develop him. They're trying to win games. They're trying to win championships, or at least, advance in the playoffs. They ain't got time to play Dalton Connect. I watched Keon Johnson fall to a pretty bad Portland team. They didn't have nothing to do with him either. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous proposition. You got to set yourself up for the best chance to succeed. And I think, it might be oversimplifying it, but the higher you get drafted, the better chance you got that they're going to make sure you succeed. Stay home, Nate. Play some power forward. Physically dominate some guys. Get your lift back from your ankle. I think it'd really behoove him. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen, ayy. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy.
Hour number 3, kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines brought to you by our friends over at Inward Half. Golf season is here. Sam looking pretty in his little pink hoodie. Still waiting on Sam to bring me one of those. Come on, Santa Claus. InwardHalf.com, a little golf leaderboard update. Yesterday in a playoff, Matt Fitzpatrick took down Scotty Scheffler. Scheffler made a charge late. Fitzpatrick bogeyed 18 to set up a playoff. Then Fitzpatrick hit one of the best golf shots you'll see, considering the stakes. on the first playoff hole. And meanwhile, Scotty really shanked his. Kind of a really embarrassing shot, Scotty. I mean, kind of. I mean, I could have done that. Hell. Check out inwardhalf.com to view their selection. Pick you up something. They got something for the entire family. It's golf season. And it's still kind of perfect time for hoodies in the morning, too. Got an update, Cody, before I kick it over to headlines. Pete Nakos on 3 just posted an article on Syracuse transfer forward Donnie Freeman. We talked about him. You want good news or bad news?
Bad news first.
Bad news, doesn't look like Tennessee is a major player.
Oh, okay. Well, carry on.
You don't want the good news?
Sure.
He's not going to Kentucky.
No. Where's he going?
It looks like he's going to St. John's. Looks like Pitino is going to take them, and Kentucky is, kind of in shambles now.
Well, I wish him the best of luck. Hope it all works out.
When I saw 6'10", athletic forward that wants to run the court, I was like, you know what? St. John's would make a lot of sense there. Just go run with them. All right, give us some headlines.
Well, thanks, John. It looks like Kirby Smart has a new recruiting tool he's using, and that is his relationship with the local bail bondsman. Every new recruit that comes in gets to meet the bail man at the same time that they meet all the assistant coaches and the staff. He's now taking the bail bondsman with him on recruiting visits as well. Former Georgia receiver Zachariah Branch, widely expected to be a Day 2 NFL draft pick, was arrested early Sunday morning in Athens on 2 possible misdemeanor charges.
I'm with you on the jokes about Georgia. Did you read into this one at all?
Yes, I read what Tom Pelissero had.
He got arrested for standing on a sidewalk.
No loitering, brother.
He got arrested, and the charge is basically blocking a sidewalk.
He was standing on a public sidewalk and not moving when a police officer asked him to move. He continued standing there without making an attempt to move. The statement in the police report says, I continued to give Zachariah Branch verbal commands to move from blocking the sidewalk and advised that if he did not, he would receive a citation for blocking the sidewalk. He smirked, then stepped backwards and to the right, then remained standing upon the public sidewalk so as to obstruct, hinder, and impede free passage upon the sidewalk, as well as impede free ingress/egress to or from the adjacent places of business. Due to those actions and his failure to comply with multiple verbal lawful commands, he was placed under arrest for misdemeanor obstruction of a law enforcement officer and received a citation for obstructing public sidewalks.
I mean it.
It's giving 60s.
They have their flaws down
What's
at
next,
Georgia.
officer? A water hose?
They have their troubles down in Athens, with the driving. When I read this one, I was like, this one doesn't feel like that. It feels like they might just have a cop problem now, with Athens versus the Georgia football players. It reads as if it was a battle of egos. If two guys had an ego and neither one wanted to yield, so one had the power to arrest the other. But now, he's going to be in hot water for when people read the arrest. Really, you arrest this guy for that?
Well, I mean, at least he wasn't driving.
It sounds like he wasn't really doing anything other than being a smart ass.
I'm just standing.
Yeah, I'm sure he was being a smart ass, but I didn't know you could get arrested for being a smart ass, or at least where it would really mess you up.
That is what it sounds like. It's basically, like you said, it was a battle of egos, and the cop won the battle of egos.
And I know it's easy to say, well, just don't be a smart ass and obey commands, but sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes when somebody's on a power trip, you're just like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't have to move. I'm standing on a sidewalk.
I got pulled over the other day by a woman cop.
Okay, Lil Wayne.
I was looking at. She said it was dark, right? And she pulled me over. All of a sudden, I I blame the Smokies. I blame the Knoxville. Is it the Tennessee Smokies or the Knoxville Smokies now?
Proceed with your story.
I blame the Smokies because I had just gotten one of these little pamphlets that has the schedule on it, and it has all the free hot dog nights and when is all you can drink Thursday or whatever, all you can eat Wednesday. And so I was driving down the road and I had it opened up looking at the home schedule.
The hot dogs, okay, check that one.
I was like, oh, what, maybe I'll go to one of these games. What'd be a good game to go to for the Smokies? And I'm looking at the pocket schedule, and all of a sudden I see the lights in my mirror. I say, oh, what the heck? And I pull over, and she comes up and she says, hey, just pulling you over because you can't be on your phone. You're on your phone. Meanwhile, I got my phone mounted on the thing, you know. And I said, no, I wasn't on the phone. I admit I was distracted. I was looking at this Smokies pocket schedule. And she said, oh, okay. She thought I was on my phone, you know. And anyway, she didn't give me a citation or anything. She just wanted to check in. You know how they are. I don't know if they probably pull you over hoping they get you on something else. Like,
yeah.
Maybe I was drunk or something.
Yeah, you smell weed.
Yeah, which I wasn't drinking or smoking.
What time was it?
Grass. I mean, it was at night. I was on the way to pick up an Uber, actually, which I told her. I said, no, I got the phone mounted right here. I'm not on the phone. I said, but I was looking at that Smokies pocket schedule. And she said, okay, try to pay attention to the road. I was like, all right, thank you. Thank you for doing your civic duty, man.
I don't guess it's illegal to look at a Smokies pamphlet, is it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's illegal to be distracted while you're driving. You hear those stories every now and then when somebody's like swerving because they're eating a bucket of KFC or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't feel like you can get pulled over for eating in the car. I don't feel like you can, but I don't know. I'm not a cop.
Georgia football, the last 3 years, they got 31 draft picks, 30 arrests. So one draft pick more than arrests.
Okay.
Quite a deal. Sticking in the state of Georgia here, Georgia Tech head coach Brent Key. He's thrilled that there's no spring portal window. He says, I get to have exit meetings Monday and not have to worry about their asses going somewhere else. That was his quote. So he's happy that there's no spring portal window. Travis Barker celebrates Kourtney Kardashian's birthday with a raunchy tribute of him sucking on her toes.
Hey.
Did you see the picture of that?
That's not raunchy. That's love.
There's a picture here from the New York Post of Kourtney Kardashian's foot in Travis Barker's mouth, celebrating her birthday. So happy birthday to her.
Hell yeah.
Also, chaos erupted as a circus barrier collapsed. This is quite a video here. The tiger jumped into the crowd. There were performing tigers at a circus.
Yeah.
And the barrier collapsed and the tiger jumps into the crowd.
That does always kind of make me nervous.
It's a real thing. This is not AI. This is an actual video.
You remember that video of the tiger running through the zoo in India? He'd gotten out.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Okay.
Well, some big country concerts and football stadiums over the weekend. We mentioned the Morgan Wallen show at Bryant Denny. Also, Luke Combs played Notre Dame, and he brought out Notre Dame football legends Jerome Bettis, Joe Alt, and Sam Hartman came out, and they shotgun beers with him.
Hell yeah, brother.
So we'll see here in a couple of weeks who Luke Combs. You know, he's set to play Neyland on May 2nd. So that'll be a big show.
Yeah, they're giving tickets away these days.
Oh, really?
It's just hard to sell 100,000 seats to a concert and not have people have scheduling conflicts or have people just giving away stuff. I mean, they're like $40 online when I saw.
You going?
No.
Well, those stadium concerts are big for the local economy.
No, yeah, it'll be fun. It's just I don't really care for Luke Combs. He's actually probably my favorite of the quote unquote country artists of today.
You like him a lot?
Well, I dislike him less than the others. When I hear his songs, I'm like, oh yeah, it's catchy, it's good, but I don't consider myself a fan.
Mm. Well, apparently Riley Leonard refused to shotgun or touch a beer because of his religious beliefs.
How about that?
He is a devout Christian and follower of Jesus Christ, and he would not shotgun a beer while the other Notre Dame legends did shotgun a beer with Luke Combs.
Anything else?
Yeah. Ty Simpson and the Indiana defensive coordinator going at it over the weekend.
This feels like this Indiana defensive coordinator is just a real jerk.
Seems like it, yeah.
Because it seemed like Ty Simpson was really giving Indiana their props, and he got mad about basically Ty Simpson giving him props. I don't know if he was just looking for something to fight over or what, but Ty Simpson was like, there was nothing really we could have done against Indiana. They were just better than us. He's like, basically like they had our number. We were kind of drawing dead, and then the defensive coordinator was like, oh, that's real cute. Cute comments. You disrespected us. Everyone's like, no.
Well, Ty Simpson said, he did say, from my point of view, I was like, hey, they don't do much. They do the same thing every down. So maybe he took offense to that.
Yeah, maybe.
So when I got the ball, I knew exactly what was going to happen. They just didn't mess up, bro. They were in the exact same spot they were supposed to be. They were so well coached.
Like, to me, I would take that as a compliment. Like,
so he does go on to compliment him, but maybe that first part where he's like, they don't do much. They do the same thing every down. Maybe the defensive coordinator was like,
man, I guess
he was doing something fancy.
The defensive coordinator wants props, I guess, for disguising stuff or whatever. But I almost think it's more impressive. Like, hey, you can know what we're going to do, but we're going to be so well coached that all of the guys are going to do the exact thing they're supposed to do and shut you down.
It was so much different than the SEC. In the SEC, they'll play man. They'll do these unorthodox coverages. That's kind of how it is. That game was crazy to me. I knew what they were going to do, but we couldn't really run the ball, couldn't really throw. It was just so crazy how it happened. So basically just saying they executed well. And then Brian Haynes, the Indiana DC, says, adorable. We also saw everything they were doing on every single snap, and it's just that we didn't get exploited with those cues and didn't get frozen and crushed by them. That's all it took to break your entire fan base? Wow, maybe I should have just said boo. No apologies, no compliments. Grow up, folks. He had a bad take, and I said the painful truth. So the defensive coordinator responding fiercely.
You know, you got to be a little bit of a psycho to be a good defensive coordinator. I'm okay with it. I think he's overreacting a little bit, but I'm okay with it.
Well, the Mets keep losing. The streak has gone to 11 games, the longest since 2004. Losses piling up for the New York Mets, and it's going to get loud, is the quote here coming from somebody.
They suck.
Yeah, that's what Lindor says, Francisco Lindor. He says, it's going to get loud. Everyone here knows it. We've got to stick together and fight. This feeling sucks.
Bubba, Sam, any baseball thoughts as the Mets drop 11 in a row? And, of course, that means you're in last place in the division.
Really hate to see bad things happen to good people, you know?
Yeah.
Shout out Keith Hernandez.
Shout out to Keith Hernandez, but not Mike Piazza.
No.
Mike Piazza, you a bitch, bro.
Oh.
Your words, not mine.
Not
I
my
hope
words
that the
either.
Marlins are just like the Braves competition in the division this year. That'd be hilarious.
Well, the good news for the Braves is that 4 of the 5 teams in the division are under 500.
Yeah, they're running away with it so far.
The Braves are 15-7, and they're up 5 games. As the Marlins and Nationals are 10-12, the Phillies are 8-13, and the Mets are 7-15. On the flip side,
there's not a single division that has a lead more than half a game, and the Braves are up by 5 games in the division.
It's one of the biggest leads you can have this early in the season. On the flip side, in the NL Central, my Reds just completed a sweep of Minnesota, and they're 14-8. But I look and they're only a half game up, and every team in that division is at least 3 games above 500. The Giants bringing up last place in the NL West right now at 9-13. Should have stayed, Vitello. Should have stayed. Bubba, what the hell has happened to your Red Sox? I thought you told me they were going to be good this year. They're 8-13.
Hey, they'll get it figured out. They'll get it figured out, John.
8-13. That's only 38% of their games. That's a pretty low win percentage. You want to be above 50%. What else you got, Big Mac?
The 49ers and Trent Williams have agreed to a 2-year, $50 million extension.
Well, that's good for them.
Yes. And in hockey news, how about the Buffalo Sabres? scoring 4 third-period goals to beat the Bruins in Game 1 of the NHL postseason. It was the Buffalo Sabres' first playoff victory in 15 years.
Just all like the videos of all their fans going wild is incredible.
The KeyBank Center went from morgue to madhouse Sunday, it says, as the Sabres rallied from a 2-0 third period deficit to win 4-3.
Did you see the video of the guys
on skates?
Yeah, on skates, just like toppling that.
Such a bad performance by the first guy, though.
Oh, just awful.
The first guy, he needs to watch that and realize that gimmick's not for him. The second guy that came in from behind, that guy was ready to party. The first guy was pitiful.
It was so bad that I thought it might have been intentional.
Yeah. I got secondhand embarrassment. I was like, am I missing something here? But then the second guy comes in and tackles him from behind and starts beating up on the dummy. And I was like, okay, I can see how this would get people fired up. But the first guy, it's like he had never skated before or fought. It's like he had never done either one of those things. It's like he just had a jersey and they're like, throw this jersey on and we'll get you some pads.
Still not as embarrassing as PK Subban's pants.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that. I didn't watch much hockey coverage.
Just look up PK Subban and look at these pants that he's wearing.
Are we rooting for Buffalo?
Yeah, they're a good story.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if their fans were kind of annoying, so we weren't rooting for them or not.
No, they're rowdy. It's just like Bills Mafia, but like
I kind of root against Bills Mafia for that reason.
It's like them before they kind of got the success. It's like them getting back into the playoffs for the first time.
I gotta say, when you Google PK Subban pants, you get a lot of options. But I assume you're talking about these right here. But there's a lot of pants that look crazy. Is it those?
Yeah, they're pretty crazy.
Yeah.
He needs to gift those pants to Madonna, so maybe we won't have to see her out there at 67 years old looking like Sabrina Carpenter, trying to dress like Sabrina.
Did that make you sad?
Did it make me sad?
Yeah.
Having to see Madonna? Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's a little hypocritical of you.
Is it?
Yeah.
How so?
Because you like seeing Stevie Nicks run around being all, I'm still a party.
Well, Stevie Nicks ain't running around half naked.
I'm still having sex with everybody and doing a bunch of drugs.
And
you're like, wow, rock and roll.
She doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. She doesn't run around and having sex with everybody doing a bunch of drugs. She acts her age. She acts her appropriate age.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't think you're telling me she's clean. You telling me she ain't out here loving everybody like she used to?
Stevie Nicks has been off drugs for years.
Yeah.
If you knew anything about Stevie Nicks.
For years. How many years?
You'd know that in the 80s, she got addicted to Klonopin because she got off Coke.
Uh-huh.
She finally kicked Coke, and she went on Oprah. It was a whole thing.
Sure.
And she had become addicted to Klonopin, and that caused her to get a little bit fat.
Right.
Because it kind of makes you lazy and just like – and so she had a struggle with that in the 80s, and she's been clean for years. Stevie Nicks running around doing drugs and having sex. That ain't what she's doing.
Okay.
That's what Madonna's old ass is out there trying to do.
Whatever you say.
Madonna's out there partying with rappers and doing all this stuff. I mean, she's 67 years old.
Yeah.
Out there trying to be a pop star. I mean, give it a rest. Hell, go home, Madonna. Don't you have some plants you can attend to or something? Like, just enjoy the money. You've done enough.
She's a pop star.
She was.
She's
she was 40
superstar.
Years ago. Yeah, she was.
You don't lose that. She's a diva at heart.
Go home. Hell, feed the cats.
It ain't like she's really been out here doing a bunch of stuff recently.
Sit there and eat some oatmeal.
This was more about her just helping out Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina don't need no help.
She clearly did. She called her.
She don't need no help to do her thing out there.
She clearly did.
Yeah, she's probably just trying to pay homage.
Anything else?
That's pretty much it.
All right, then.
Oh, did you see Friday? You were already gone, but there was a situation with some bees at the Henley Street exit.
I did see that. I was glad I was gone.
Yeah, there's a lot of stinging going on.
Did people really get stung? A lot of people get stung?
No, nobody got stung.
Oh, okay. Did I get the bees up? How long did that take?
Some of them got away.
I was going to say, I feel like you kind of that's a lost cause at one point.
No, they said they were trying to get them back.
What do you do?
UT Garden's about to look amazing.
Those beekeepers can control those bees. they got something that I don't know if they have to get the queen or they just have something that puts out the same scent as the queen, but they can get them back up.
Speaking of queens, do you see this Cal State Northridge volleyball player that's going viral for his flamboyant celebrations?
I did.
People love this guy.
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun.
Yeah. He's pretty good. Period. I imagine after he spikes it, that's what he says. Period.
I love Twitter saying that, like, this is what Cat needs to lean into.
Watching Cat bust my ass in the fourth quarter. Hopefully he doesn't do that tonight. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
The NFL draft is on Thursday. Todd McShay had a couple notes as he gets set to go. cover it and kind of give you what all he's been hearing. This is just me reading Todd McShay's takes. Well, I think he's gotten a lot better since he left ESPN. That seems to be everyone's kind of takeaway there. Let's see. On the New York Giants, if you want Sonny Styles, you have to get him at 5 because he's going number 7 if he's sitting there at number 7. I'm told on pretty damn good authority that Dan Quinn, that's his guy. So Sonny Styles, number 7 to the Washington Commanders is kind of his floor. Sam Styles has been kind of linked to the Titans as a backup plan as well.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one yet. I mean, obviously, like, measurables, the guy's off the chart and, like, just athleticism, but I keep seeing everyone floating around like, oh, yeah, they think this could be the next Fred Warner for Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
I can see it. I still feel like there's just a few too many holes on this Titans team to be like, yeah, let's go get a linebacker at 4.
Andy Reid is hell-bent on fixing this offensive line. So the Chiefs, they got 2 first-round picks, including one at number 9, I believe is their highest one.
Yeah.
Says keep an eye on offensive line there for the Chiefs as Andy Reid is hell-bent on fixing it, which makes sense. I mean, if you're going to have Patrick Mahomes coming off of a knee injury and your offensive line's already a little bit of a question mark, you need to get some good, cheap talent in there. I kind of feel like if I was an NFL team that had a franchise quarterback, I kind of think I would take an offensive lineman every year within like the first 3 rounds. I think I'd just keep rolling the dice there to make sure I had depth and good players. Not saying to spend a first-round pick every year, but I'm getting somebody cheap to have on that offensive line for depth. The New York Jets are picking number 2. Is that right? Number 2 for the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
It was my understanding last week that the Jets had not decided, although he's saying right now, all signs point to Arvell Reese at number 2. And this one here is for Tennessee fans. On the Arizona Cardinals, who picked number 3, quote, I've been saying there's a voice in Arizona that wants Jeremiah Love. I'm hearing that voice carries more weight than I thought. I'm told that if Arizona sticks at 3, it's Jeremiah Love. However, I'm also told they desperately want to move out. And then he follows it up by saying, if he doesn't go 3, he's going number 4 to the Titans. He is in Jeremiah Love.
That's who I'd be fired up for if I'm a Titans fan. That's who I'd want. Get that new running back in there.
It is funny how, like, I'm with you. But, like, when I see that the Cardinals want to take him at number 3, I'm like, ooh, really? You're going to take a running back at number 3? You can't take a running back at number 3.
Nah, running backs don't go at least till number 4.
Yeah. That's how I feel seeing him. Like, really? You're going to take him at number 3? You don't even have a quarterback, Arizona. Like, you're going to take a running back before you have a quarterback? What the hell?
I was just sitting there laughing to myself when you were talking about the Jets. I was thinking about these stupid Jets fans. Like, how stupid would you have to
They draft in the top 5 every year.
Jets, Jets, Jets.
I like thinking about.
Imagine being one of these rock for brains that go out to a Jets game, paint your chest, and get all.
I just think of that interview from that little kid last year where it was like his dad grew up a Jets fan, and they interviewed him after the game. He's like, I didn't choose this team. I was just born into it. If it were up to me, I wouldn't have chosen the Jets, but here I am. I got to rock with them.
How do they still have fans? I mean, it's just what a brutal existence as a football fan.
Because people view it as something. If it gets passed down to you, it's a sense of pride to stick with your team.
I know.
Not everyone does it your way.
Well, I don't do it that way either. If I'm a real fan, I mean, I'm a Tennessee Vols fan no matter what.
Yeah.
But
But you just rejected other teams. You're like, I'm good. I'm not going to suffer with any pro teams.
You just keep showing up, though, for going out there like.
And at some point, you just get so far into the mud that you're like, the day that maybe this changes would be the greatest day of my life. And that's just all you can hope for.
Jets, Jets.
My favorite story is the guy on Twitter that talked about how his dad was a diehard Eagles fan, and then they won the Super Bowl. He's like, and that's it. He doesn't talk about the Eagles anymore. He said his time was done. He was going out on top, and he says now – he's like, we used to have phone calls all the time about the Eagles. He said, but now when I call, he just wants to talk about the grandkid. That's it. Like, he just doesn't care about sports anymore.
I like that.
Yeah. You win and you retire. There's some peace to that. I do wonder, would you stay if the Vols were really bad for like 20 years?
Well, I mean, I did. We were really bad for, it wasn't 20 years.
We at least had some flashes.
Yeah.
And some reason to hope.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you keep hiring a new coach, like there's always hope.
Yeah.
Because I did check out on Pruitt. I mean, I've told you that several times.
But it doesn't matter who the coach is, the Jets. They just suck no matter what.
Yeah.
I will say that the difference with the Cardinals at 3 and the Titans at 4 is that it does feel like the Titans can afford to take a running back because they already have a quarterback. I feel like if you're Arizona, your main focus has to be getting a quarterback. But McShay does write in on Ty Simpson. Cardinals. There is some information out there where if you're Arizona and you like Simpson, you may have to be aggressive. There might be a team closer to the Dan Orlovsky viewpoint that he's quarterback number 1. McShay suggests the team may be the Rams and says the Rams maybe take Ty Simpson at number 13 and kind of prepare for life after Matthew Stafford.
Ty Simpson, quarterback 1?
Well, Dan Orlovsky's been saying that he thinks he's the best quarterback in the draft.
But he wouldn't go till number 13?
Well, yeah, because Fernando Mendoza. And then none of the other teams really desperately need a quarterback at the top. I mean, the Jets do, but like the Jets.
Well, then he wouldn't be quarterback 1, would he? He'd be quarterback 2.
Yeah, Dan Orlovsky's not the one doing the drafting. I'm saying Dan Orlovsky says that he's the best quarterback. Like he's his quarterback number 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he doesn't think he's going to go number 1.
Correct. Yeah, he's just saying he's the best quarterback.
I
in the draft.
got you. I see.
Yeah.
I see what you mean there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cardinals definitely need a quarterback.
It would feel weird to draft a running back before you have a quarterback. Now, if you come out of it with Ty Simpson and Jeremiah Love, maybe you feel okay about what you're doing if you're Arizona, but it does feel like they're one of the teams that really wants to trade out. Sam, there's been talk about the Titans trying to trade out of 4 as well. Do you buy into that?
I think if, like, depending on certain dominoes falling, like let's say maybe the Jets go take like David Bailey, and then the Cardinals take Jeremiah Love, and you're kind of sitting there and you're like, all right, maybe I could trade back and get into that like 9 to 12 range or something. And then maybe you go get one of those wide receivers or something like that for you. So to me, it does sound like, I think they've got a group of 3 or 4 guys that they're maybe comfortable with there at 4. And if they get kind of taken up, then they're willing to trade back, but they've kind of got their eyes set on a couple players that they think are worth that spot.
I got no other draft thoughts for today. We'll keep, piecing it together as we get closer and closer to the draft on Thursday. Anything else you want to add before we switch gears, Bubba, Sam, Cody?
So not that I really care about the Arizona Cardinals or anything, but
Sure.
they've got a situation right now with Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, Colt for life.
Yeah, absolutely. So that you think that could affect how the QB situation unfolds? Or
I mean, I don't. They kind of backed off and basically was like, we're not treating Jacoby as if he's our quarterback this year. Like, we don't have him yet. We haven't made that decision. AKA, we're going to go try to get one.
And then what about the Steelers?
The Steelers, I would say they're still waiting on Aaron Rodgers, but even with Aaron Rodgers, they should also be looking at a quarterback. Like Ty Simpson would make sense there too. Like one of these teams will draft Ty Simpson. I do feel confident that he'll be a first-round pick.
Just go trade for Will Levis.
Which quarterback will the Colts draft, John?
Which quarterback will the Colts draft?
Yep.
You're going to draft another quarterback? Is that the talk?
No, it ain't the talk, but it's
okay.
going to happen.
I can't give you an answer there. I don't know.
Sussy for Nussy?
Excuse me?
Sussy for Nussy.
Okay.
The Steelers are hosting the draft too.
That is correct.
That would be exciting for them if they picked a quarterback. They probably like that. People in attendance there.
Get ready to speak offensive lineman, buddy.
Taylor Green.
That would be pretty good. First round, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Cordell Stewart 2.0. Taylor Green. Boo. All right, let's talk some hoops tonight, Cody. So we got some game twos getting started Monday nights. Raptors at Cavs. Your main event, the Timberwolves at Nuggets, and my Hawks in New York taking on the Knicks.
Well, the only one I'll really care to watch will probably be I'll probably watch a little bit of the Hawks and the Knicks because Denver, Minnesota, that's too late of a start time. 10:30.
It was really annoying being in a hotel. Like if I'm at home, I could have put up Amazon Prime on my TV, but I couldn't put it on the hotel TV. So I couldn't really watch basketball.
You didn't travel with your Roku?
No, do you travel with your Roku?
Or your Fire Stick? You use Fire Stick.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
You know what? I didn't even consider that. But I don't even know if the Wi-Fi would have been good enough in this hotel to use. But that was an idea. I hadn't
Where were you
that.
staying? The Quality Inn?
No, I stayed at it was a Hyatt, but it was just I could never get the Wi-Fi to connect. It was a whole thing. It was a whole situation.
I think a Hyatt would have a smart TV.
They had DirecTV, and I couldn't really get it to do any of the input moving around, so I couldn't really watch it. I just had to keep watching like WrestleMania preview shows on loop, and then was watching some basketball on my phone and some golf on my phone because it didn't have the golf channel either. It was making me very annoyed on Saturday when I was in my hotel waiting for the wedding. So like it did make me think, and I saw some people complaining that like bars, they're trying to go watch their teams play at bars, and how most of the bars in New York didn't have Amazon Prime to show the Knicks game. So like they couldn't really show it. Like it did seem like a real misstep for the NBA to put these behind a paywall.
I feel like in New York or Atlanta, you would kind of need to have that figured out as a bar.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you're in a city with a team, for sure. But like,
right. Like
you're also
trying to watch the Knicks in Knoxville, I can understand them being like, no, we don't have that. But you'd think in New York City they would.
Yeah, but like even then, like you'd have to go into a designated sports bar. Like it wouldn't be fair to expect like a restaurant or like a kind of a non like sports specific bar to really care about it.
Right. Yeah, but a sports bar, you would think they'd have it.
Team most likely down 1-0 tonight to get a win, Cody. Who you got? The Hawks, Raptors, or the Wolves?
I'll go with the Hawks.
Oh, wow. What a guy.
Yeah, I'll go with your Hawks. I don't think the Raptors are going to get a win, and I'm not picking against Jokic.
Yeah, that game one for the Nuggets and Wolves was a little disappointing from Minnesota's side. They came out, looked really good in the first quarter, found themselves tied at halftime, and then just scored 17 points in the third quarter and lost the game. Like Anthony Edwards didn't rise up to the occasion, which was a little surprising to me. Jokic is very steady. Nothing like out of the ordinary for him, but 25 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists, and they just kind of choked out Minnesota. It does feel like the scoring's down so far in the playoffs, which isn't a surprise. Like every year, the pace slows down a bit and the defense gets ramped up, and you really start, trying to do like the chess matches where you're actually able to game plan for guys.
I don't think I know any players on the Cavs and Raptors.
You know James Harden. You know Donovan Mitchell.
I know those names, but I didn't know they played there.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's played with Cleveland for a while.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
I know James Harden. He plays for Cleveland now?
He plays for Cleveland, yeah. They got those two teamed up.
Who plays for the Raptors?
You probably wouldn't know anybody on the Raptors. Scotty Barnes.
No.
Brandon Ingram. You probably remember him from the Lakers days.
He was there with Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, he's on the Raptors.
Mm-hmm. Kuzma. He was part of the.
Yeah, he was part of that team.
Yeah,
the baby Lakers.
Yep, that they shipped away.
Yeah, they kept Kuzma.
Oh, they did?
Well, they let him win the title, and they shipped him off for Westbrook, which was a bad mistake.
Terrible.
Didn't Kuzma play for the Raptors for a little bit?
That's not ringing a bell. I feel like Kuzma went to
I feel like I can remember that uniform, but I might be wrong.
I feel like Kuzma went to the Wizards and then went from the Wizards to the Bucks, and I believe he's still there.
Yeah.
Just kind of wasting away. Big game for the Hawks tonight, though.
I probably will be watching some NCAA or some NBA tonight because I was reading a tweet as I was saying that. I'll be watching some NBA thanks to gambling.
Okay.
So you remember those years when you tried so hard to get me?
I told you, if
interested?
you just bet a little bit on it, it'll get
It
you
helps.
into it.
It really helps.
I tell you, it does.
Yeah, it gives you a rooting interest, and that's all that's on TV. So I will be betting on the NBA tonight.
Are you going to watch it?
Let's go Hawks.
It says it's on Peacock.
It should be on NBC too, shouldn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Because
okay, this one's on NBC. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it said all three of them were on NBC, and I was like, well, that's not possible.
Well,
But
last night
the Raptors Cavs on NBC Sports Network. But yeah, the Hawks Knicks.
Well, I ain't watching that one anymore.
Yeah, the Hawks Knicks and Wolves Nuggets are on the main NBC.
Those are the games I would watch. So,
what's your same game parlay going to be for the Hawks Knicks?
I'll go. Well, I'll probably just. Can I get plus money if I pick the Hawks and Nuggets to win? You think?
Oh, definitely. Because I mean, the Hawks are going to be like 2-1 underdogs tonight. You can get
2-1.
I mean, you can probably get plus 200 on the Hawks just to win.
Oh,
New York's good, man. We're on the road. We're 6.5-point favorites.
Well, you never know in the NBA. Maybe I take both underdogs. Maybe I take the Hawks and the Timberwolves.
I like it. You probably get close to. I'd say it'd be close to what, 8-1.
Take the underdogs to even the series.
Yeah, a little 8-1 action.
I might do that.
Or buy some extra points and take the Hawks like plus 10.5 and take the Wolves plus 10.5.
I can't afford that.
Okay. All right, just trying to help.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I thought it was weird last night watching they even called it Sunday night basketball.
Yeah.
Did you notice that with Tirico?
Yeah.
It's a new thing, I guess.
Yeah, they're trying to make it. They did throughout the regular season too. Like once football ended, like NBC was like, we want to keep Sunday night. Now I will say the basketball messed up, and maybe they tinker with it moving forward. But like the thing that makes Sunday night football so good on NBC is A, that it's football, but B, that it's the standalone game. Like in the NBA, they were doing the Sunday night basketball, but it'd be on the same time as like 7 other games. So like you'd still watch your team more so than that. I would hope that moving forward they try to like give them the, hey, Sunday night 8:00, you're the only game on.
It did give me a little bit of, as they come into the city of San Antonio and I hear Tirico, it gave me a little bit of like,
sure,
football vibe. Like I'm ready for football. Way too early to be having those feelings though.
It was tough. I watched a good portion of the first half during the cocktail hour of the wedding. The ceremony was over, but the reception was, hadn't started yet. It was just cocktail hour for an hour. So I got to watch the first half. The Hawks hung around. We were only down, I think, 2 at halftime. And then, I didn't really get to watch the second half. And
what kind of finger foods did they have at the cocktail hour?
They had some charcuterie and shrimp.
I went to the greatest.
I didn't really mess around too much with it. I got like 4 or 5 shrimp. That was it. I was just drinking.
I went to the greatest cocktail hour ever last year at my buddy Lou's wedding in New York City.
Yeah.
They just kept bringing around plates of these different little finger foods, and they're things like there'd be like little shrimps, and then they'd be like, they bring you a little different. I don't even remember what all we had, but there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Those little like Asian like soup spoons that they have, kind of. You know what I'm
like
talking
if you
about?
get miso soup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the wedding on Saturday, they had shrimp and grits in those. It was fantastic.
It's like a little ladle.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah. It was just like a little shot glass of shrimp and grits.
That sounds great.
I hate Knicks fans so much. I don't want to lose this series. I don't feel good about the series. So it really sucks when you're having to walk this plank and you know what's coming, most likely. They're such losers. They're still chanting bleep Trae Young. It's been 5 years. He doesn't even play for us anymore. Move on.
They hold a grudge.
Well, they shouldn't. He whipped their ass. Like, what? You got to just tip your cap. He beat you in the playoffs and knocked you out of the play-in or the in-season tournament, if you care about that. I mean, he was shooting dice on the floor. They got mad about that. But, like, he doesn't play for the Hawks anymore. Well, they chant and bleep Trae Young. And then after every game, they do their little videos outside. You see the one guy crying about how they're going to win a championship this year? He's a 20-something-year-old man sitting there looking at the camera crying about how they're going to win a title this year. After a 1 playoff win. One that was like tied in the third quarter. It wasn't like it was a dominant win. They won by 11, but like it was a somewhat of a contested game. Maybe pump the brakes a little bit on winning a championship after 1 win. Really need to win game 2, though. If we don't win game 2, game 3 in Atlanta is going to be like 60% Knicks fans, and that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Last call on the other side. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Happy holidays on the way out. I know 420 is a big day for you.
Please.
Bubba, happy holidays to you. You a big weed guy, Bubba? You don't really seem like a big weed guy.
No, sir.
Yeah.
You kind of look like a weed guy with that hood on.
He looks like a weed guy, but he
Bad hair day. People talk about seeing the bald head.
Yeah.
Normally, a bad hair day doesn't phase you.
He powers through it. You ever thought about just going the buzz cut, Bubba?
At some point in time, let me slim down a little bit.
Okay, I feel that. You don't want to be a chubby bald guy. I get it.
No.
It's not a life to live. I get that.
420. Is that still a thing? We're still.
People want to
Still
think
doing
it's a
that?
thing.
Yeah.
I just think about Columbine.
I also think about Columbine on this day.
Yeah, it's all 420 for me is just Columbine Day.
Nate Ament committed here a year ago today. I mean, that could be your.
On 420, he did?
Thought of that.
Also a shooter.
I also think about a very prominent dictator way back in the day.
Yeah, it's his birthday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who?
The bad one.
The German.
Yeah. We can't say his name.
It's his birthday?
Yeah.
Do you think he's still alive?
No. No to you.
I don't know. Wouldn't rule it out.
I mean, you could try to convince me the conspiracy that he escaped.
He's definitely dead by now.
But yeah, he's dead. Yeah. He's dead by now. You could convince me that, he didn't die he didn't, off himself in the bunker or whatever. That he had a tunnel and got to Cuba or whatever. Wasn't that the conspiracy?
Something like
Cuba?
that.
Mm-hmm. I thought so. Or maybe it was Argentina.
I was gonna say I thought it was
Argentina.
I thought it was the pipeline for those guys was Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina. Cuba was Tupac. That's where they said Tupac went. But yeah, Argentina. Excuse me.
And there was Elvis. They said Elvis.
I think they had him. I didn't see the thing about Elvis.
There used to be a conspiracy that Elvis was alive. Paul
And
McCartney.
Epstein.
Paul McCartney was dead.
There is some weird stuff with that album cover, and there is reports that he basically changed hands. Right, he went from right-handed to left-handed, or vice versa.
Paul, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Paul McCartney's alive.
The one that they want you to think.
That's Paul.
The real one died in a car crash.
No.
Just look at the cover of Abbey Road, brother.
I don't buy it.
It's a funeral.
I don't buy it.
He's barefooted. You get buried barefooted. They had the grave digger. They had the so-and-so. There's a whole thing. One's dressed like a preacher. It's a funeral. They're telling you right in your face.
When I was in
But it was weird. They said he went from like right-handed to left-handed. Or like I said, vice versa. I don't know which one it was.
When I was in California with my mom a couple of weeks ago, Paul was there playing one of the theaters in Hollywood, like the Palladium or one of the, just basically a small
Did you look into going?
I wanted to. I asked Mom, I was like, oh my God, look, Paul McCartney's here tonight. And she couldn't be bothered. She's just like, yeah. It's like, you want to see Paul McCartney? No, not really. Okay.
Did you look up to see how much tickets were?
No.
Yeah, I was curious what I thought you were going to
But
say.
we drove right by there. He was playing 2 nights, and there was a line of people out the door for the first night.
I thought you were going to say there was like, you checked, it was like $900.
Well, I saw these people lined up down the block, and I was like, oh, I wonder who's there tonight. I look up at the marquee, it's Paul McCartney. I'm like, oh, how about that?
27 years ago for Columbine. That's crazy. Bubba, what do we miss today?
A lot of things. One, we've got a weird love triangle, possibly with Paige Beckers. We've got Sue Bird.
Hold on.
Hold
on. Go back.
Well, yeah.
Go back to the love
Who's
triangle.
in the triangle?
Paige Beckers, Azzy Fudd, and
Sue Bird?
Nika Mule.
Oh.
Sue Bird.
Even though she's just a friend, is what Paige said as she visited Mika Mule in Croatia.
Who is Nika Mule?
Part of the Yukon. I don't know how else to describe her. Another woman.
Okay.
Chase Burns versus Tony Vitello. No love lost.
Oh, wait. There is a... Look at this picture with her she's kind of sitting in her arms right there. That looks like a little cozy.
Yeah, a little bit, but maybe that's just like, haven't seen a friend in a while kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, she is a little cozy right there in that picture.
We've got a robot.
This seems like bad news, though. They're teammates.
Half marathon.
Yeah, but he crashed out. Did you see that? He fell towards the end.
What happened?
They got this new damn robot.
In Beijing, they ran a half marathon in like twice or half the speed of a human, but he fell halfway throughout.
No, it wasn't halfway. I think it was like with a mile, like short, within like a mile of the finish line.
I don't know what the hell I saw, Cody.
They need to get.
Well, no, you saw him fall. I was just saying it wasn't halfway through. He ran like 12 miles and was shattering the pace, but then he like tripped and fell and he couldn't get back up.
Also, we learned that Ben Affleck is very technically excellent with Gwyneth Paltrow.
What?
Ben Affleck?
Technically excellent with.
She said he was technically excellent.
Oh, in the bedroom?
Yeah. And people just keep putting up things with like Bret Hart and just technical wrestling.
He's excellent. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. The excellence of execution. You ain't got to get too fancy in the bedroom, Bubba. Just some nice rhythm. That's all you need. Just be technically savvy.
The occasional sharp.
Also, a Walmart might be coming to Shad Road in Bakertown.
That'll do it for us. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next.